Friday, 15th August 2025. Hello and welcome to again the last edition of the Epic Morning Show for the week on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick TV on channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM on Facebook, and on the website at www.myepiconline.com. Today we review the biggest international stories of the week again with an in-depth look analysis of the Trump-Vladimir Putin meeting we get to happen in Alaska. The two leaders, them world superpowers, go meet in Alaska at 7:30 p.m. 7:30 GMT. Of course, we go carry you that what you expect in this meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin, plus other issues them around Africa. Senegal now they require e-visa payment for non-African countries them before they enter into the country, and the Malian junta leader also don't foil a failed attempted coup. This and many more now the Epic Morning Show today. Stay with us. Okay, let's talk about why you for be your biggest motivation. I mean, why you for the day for yourself, why always you need for stand up for yourself, stand up for your rights, stand up for your growth, stand up for things that would make you happy. How many a times we don't see people around tend for careless about how we actually feel and how we actually want for succeed so bad, and in as much as we individually can help out sometimes, can help people them in need, can help people them we can't go without our help, we can tend for render that to people, but not can see that help come back to we as in reciprocate. So here's the thing, stand up for yourself, and every single day when you wake up, get motivation from wherever. I mean, there's some people we see every morning before them when come on us, we see them wake, they watch affirmation videos them on YouTube, self-affirmation videos them on YouTube, just for keep them motivated. So you can do the same if you think say that go help. I mean, even if you want to sleep like that, you can still watch them self-affirmation videos them for keep yourself motivated. So as in, even if a person go disappoint you, it will not affect you at all. So here's the thing, be there for yourself, stand up for yourself. And this is the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick TV on channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM on Facebook, and on our website at www.myepiconline.com. Today again, we give you the biggest international stories of the week. Stay with us here.
Baby, where don't poke me at, where don't make me feel like say I'm not man enough, I no get nothing for offer. So only party will look down on me, where don't make me feel like say the life no good become something, and they walked away. All the people who promise for help me, they say come office today, tomorrow, next tomorrow. The story not just the same, but I refuse to give up. I kept on hoping, I kept believing. Now everything don't change. People that see me life now, it don't better now. Famous are the name now.
for take 10 use If you work or they drive, you for always take care.
The Sierra Leone Road Safety Authority, SLRSA, they tell the general public and then customer them, but the good thing them where they don't put in place for do more for road safety and security for all man. 1. How the mobile station they work. For let the work could begin fine one, then go begin Monday, August 4, 2025. 2. Easy for make payment and quick. You go use the OneGov payments platform. Recommend them now OneGov, they on board the mobile station for collect you payments them. 3. The authority go begin work with regulation 55.6 pan the road traffic regulation 2011 we say all motorcar forget safety tin them. Pan them na first aid kits. Then they sell them now and na by force for all new motorcar where they register. 4. According to regulation 2.1 pan the road traffic regulation 2011 when I for apply for register your motorcar, as from now the authority they ask say all motorcar where they register now forget title of the person where gets the motorcar or motorcar them from the country where they come out as from September 1, 2025. 5. Section 70 on the Road Traffic Act 2007, they ask the authority forget vehicle testing center them. This now by force for bring your motorcar for let them test them. All motorcar for pass through the motor vehicle testing, what they call MOT, where you not go pay nothing extra, so that you go know if the motorcar fit for the road before they go license them. Number 6. All lorry where the tote container now attacking for meet the minimum road safety tin them before they use the road. This now warning to all other get motorcar for fix the motorcar before October 1, 2025. Remember say, for jump the law, not to excuse, you get responsibility for act safe. We say also get right for do well on the road. For no more, feel free for call the SLRSA Public Relations Unit on the number 076 858635 075 197 896 031 112 323. Now SLRSA, they bring this message to you.
The road now for you, so you for take 10 use If you work or they drive, you for always take care.
Switcher, no more long line.
Now the switch don't come so. Any side day, you can now use the salon payment switch for send and receive money. Easy, fast, and it's so reliable. Move your money anytime you want, from one bank to the other, from your mobile money to your bank account, from your bank account to mobile account. I say the check no need for much again. In order to take 3 days again for effect. All just the apping, one time. As you tap, it go just like that. Yeah, just like that. So pay money how you want. Pay salary easy one. Receive your lunch now. All on the salon payment switch. For able use the switch, go na bank or your mobile money agent for link your account to your NIN.
One nation, one switch, make we grow. Salon payment switch, not the future show. Tapango, make it flow.
Welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick TV on Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM on Facebook, and on your website at www.myepiconline.com. Today again we review the biggest international stories of the week, but first of the latest world news now. Sierra Leone's president and ECOWAS chair Julius Maada Bio has continued his regional tour with visits to the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde. In Banjul, he met President Adama Barrow, where they reaffirmed the strong partnership between the nations. Well, in Guinea-Bissau, he held talks with President Umaru Sissoco Embalo on boosting cooperation and addressing regional security. And in Cape Verde, he was warmly welcomed by President Jose Maria Neves, and both leaders agreed to deepen the bilateral ties and strengthening the ECOWAS community. President Bio pledged to continue promoting peace, stability and development across West Africa as the ECOWAS chairman. Kenya's President William Ruto has accused some members of parliament of turning parliamentary committees into what he called extortion rings. Speaking at a conference in Home Bay, Ruto said that MPs have been demanding bribes from officials in exchange for favorable reports. Now, he urged parliamentary leaders to take firm action, saying that the fight against corruption must be united. The United States has approved a possible $346 million sale of munitions and rocket systems to Nigeria. The deal is aimed at strengthening Nigeria's fight against terrorism and trafficking in the Gulf of Guinea. Defense giants Lockheed Martin and BAE System will handle the delivery. The Pentagon says that the move will help Nigeria tackle threats from Boko Haram, ISWAP and other security challenges. While in Mali, former Prime Minister Chokul Kolkata Maiga has been arrested on corruption charges. His lawyer says that the arrest follows a probe into the misuse of public property. Maiga served from 2021 until late last year, when he was dismissed after criticizing the military junta. Another former Prime Minister, Musa Mara, was jailed earlier this month for supporting critics of the regime. A 1-month-old baby girl has died in the Gambia after undergoing female genital mutilation, FGM or Bondo. Now, police say that 2 women have been arrested. The practice was banned in the Gambia in 2015, with heavy penalties for those involved, especially if a victim dies. But despite the ban, campaigners say FGM still happens in secret. The baby died in hospital after suffering severe bleeding. In Indian-administered Kashmir, at least 46 people have died and more than 200 are missing after sudden heavy rain triggered flooding. The disaster struck Katruk's town in Kishtwara district along a popular pilgrimage route. Now, witnesses say that a large group of pilgrims were having lunch when floodwaters swept through. Rescue teams, including the Army and Air Force, are searching for survivors. Well, some people in online communities say that they are upset after the latest upgrade into ChatGPT. A woman known as Jane told Al Jazeera that she felt her AI boyfriend had become cold and unrecognizable after OpenAI released its new ChatGPT 5 model. Now, Jane is part of a Reddit group of thousands who share experiences of intimate relationships with AI. Many say that their virtual companions in the new ChatGPT 5 have changed. The United Nations says food insecurities in Gaza is now, quote, catastrophic. At least 40,000 children under 1 year old are suffering from malnutrition. Gaza's health ministry say 4 people have died of hunger. 4 more people have died of hunger in the past day, bringing the total death toll to 239 since the war began. Meanwhile, at least 32 people, including 13 aid seekers, were killed yesterday in Israeli airstrikes. Russia's President Vladimir Putin has praised Donald Trump's energetic efforts to end the war in Ukraine ahead of a summit between the two leaders in Alaska. Putin says that the talks could also open the way for a deal on nuclear arm controls. Trump says that he hopes a second meeting will include Ukraine's leader Volodymyr Zelensky with the aim of reaching a broader peace agreement. Well, it's still with the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick TV on Channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM on Facebook, and on your website at www.myepiconline.com. Today again, we review the biggest international stories of the week. Well, in-depth analysis of the meeting will happen today in Alaska between the US President Donald Trump and a Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin in Alaska at 7:30 p.m. in the evening, and the two leaders then go meet in a move aimed at ending the war in Ukraine, plus for deepening bilateral ties. President Donald Trump don't say there is 25% chance that the meeting between him and Putin today no go come out well. He say if the meeting come out fine, he go call the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky, and if the meeting turn out to be bad, he no go call anybody, he will just go home. So the Russian President Vladimir Putin yesterday say the American leader President Donald Trump don't make moves them way seem for be very productive according to them for end the war in Ukraine. All of these stories and more in the Epic Morning Show. Stay with us.
Orange money go to cool, don't come for you. Businessman and businesswoman, he don't come for you.
This time again, the delivery guy no dey give me all the money, and I dey lost track of all my payments them. How I supposed to run business like this?
Why you not register for Orange Money Kotoku?
Kotoku?
If you get small business na salon, this now you chance for make you upgrade a Orange Money they introduce Kotoku na business line for all business them. Whether you na cookery seller, trader, barber, bike man or keke rider, this now na chance for receive payments directly to your Kotoku wallet from your customer them. And the best part now, Orange Money go pay you commission for receive payments na your Kotoku wallet. Cash out for free na any Orange Money office, franchise or kiosk point. Kotoku wallet now your business in better one. For register for Kotoku wallet, dial #144 *8*10#.
So we don't see the two counterparts that we get from it today. That President Vladimir Putin of Russia will launch full-scale war on Ukraine more than 3 years ago. Don't they say the American leader, President Donald Trump, very energetic. The American leadership say very energetic for come to an agreement for end the war between Russia and Ukraine. Now we see the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky they be visit yesterday the United Kingdom. The whole talks are down in streets with British counterparts Keir Starmer. So President Vladimir Putin yesterday be talk, but however now do before ahead of the talks we get to happen at 7:30 p.m. in the evening between these two leaders in front of his crane, President Donald Trump and President Vladimir Putin. This is everything Donald Trump gets for say yesterday with regards to the meeting, which we for expect.
I think it's going to be a good meeting, but the more important meeting will be the second meeting that we're having. We're going to have a meeting with President Putin, President Zelensky, myself, and maybe we'll bring some of the European leaders along, maybe not. I don't know that it's going to be very important. We're going to see what happens. And I think President Putin will make peace. I think President Zelensky will make peace. We'll see if they can get along. And if they can, it'll be great. If I weren't president, in my opinion, he would much rather take over all of Ukraine. But I am president, and he's not going to mess around with me.
There, President Donald Trump saying that the Russian leader Vladimir Putin not gonna mess around with him. That the talks will get to happen today in Alaska. But in response then now, we see this sweet comments we many don't say from the Russian leader Vladimir Putin saying that the American leadership very energetic for ceasefire in Ukraine.
The current American administration, which as everyone knows, is making, in my opinion, quite energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostilities, stop the crisis, and reach agreements that are of interest to all parties involved in this conflict.
President Donald Trump were very key in this agreement for a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, has been saying for a while now that there will be a territory swap. So what this gets for me? Will it mean that Ukraine giving up the Donbass region? The Russian leader Vladimir Putin seems to be very sticky now, a standing point for him when it comes to territorial concessions them for Ukraine. He say anytime we Russia going to wars like the war that happened in Ukraine right now, whatever territory Russia before conquer, that territory becomes Russian. Will the same thing will happen will Russia be annexed Crimea? Will it happen again as the ceasefire talks they go on? President Donald Trump say there is 25% chance for say the meeting between he and Vladimir Putin today in Alaska not gets for come out well, and also we see a sideline the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky and European partners. So just like I mentioned, we see the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky and a British counterpart Keir Starmer be meet yesterday at number 10 Downing Street for put Ukraine at a better position ahead of the talks we get to happen in Alaska. President Donald Trump again saying that there is 25% chance for say the meeting between him and Vladimir Putin no go come out well. He said the meeting come out well. He go call the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky first, and that if the meeting no come out well, he will just go home and not call anybody. This meeting there in-depth analysis of the meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin in Alaska. Gets for discuss today at the Epic Morning Show, plus the Malian junta leader headed by General Assimi Goita saying that they don't foil another failed attempted coup. These stories and many more at the Epic Morning Show. We're gonna have a very short break. After that, we're going to this, we get them inside the show.
But Patrick, how you get energy so today? You don't build all the blocks and I do like them do you. What did happen?
The mommy Linda, you know yeah, but this fire energy drink it, eh?
Fire energy drink?
Epic Radio.
Tell me what?
99.3.
Well, this fire energy drink, now something comes so, they make you able to do all kind extraordinary things them. You get high level of awareness or pay attention and do all kind work. Right now, I get energy bad with fire energy drink. Yourself, you need forget them.
Not true.
Hey, it's
this
epic.
worker where are the worker na morning for go sell? Don't become on me. How I go get them? Now that's when they make them.
Igbo, that capital fooding, the one the way they make Sierra juice, Sierra water, you don't sabi them. It in all shop right now for sale. But if you want more for wholesale or you want to make them supply you now you shop, now for call 077 60 0000. This drink gets bokuting for doing your body.
Fire energy drink.
Now we get the fire. Sierra fire. Now we get the fire.
Okay, introducing Daniel Pewa. Daniel, good morning. Very long time.
Indeed, good morning, Mr. Maga. Good morning to our viewers and listeners.
Pewa, let's start off with this meeting we get to see happen in Alaska between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Okay, in a broader context, what do you make of him?
Well, pundits then will tell you, say, during the campaign trail of President of the U.S., it be make and clearly say to the electorate then at the campaign, during the campaign period, say, if he win, you know, or if the people of America vote for her, the first thing we go do, we go ensure, say, the war between Ukraine and Russia, it end on within
24 hours.
Down the line, and they not happen. In fact, by every indication, we not even see, they don't make any tangible attempts.
President Trump say it be very difficult compared to how we be perceived.
What is it? Now I make we can say politicians when we the canvass the votes of the electorates, they therefore make sure say you pass the message you were able to deliver on. Otherwise, then we'll see you as just another rhetoric where they don't put forward. But what's more important now, and the fact say this time around, except for some security reasons. But I believe, say, if the Russian president come na America, Alaska, I know say something will happen. But I am still in apprehension for the fact that
it so happens you say something will happen, but it so happens that many analysts don't say nothing will happen at all. I mean, many don't say this just go work out in the Russian President Vladimir Putin in favor. President Donald Trump also saying that there is 25% chance. President Trump saying this, not me. There is 25% chance for say the meeting between he and Putin not go come out well at all.
I make us say a lot of apprehension then they for say because not the first time they invite world leaders for go another place. Of course, we don't see quite recently few of young African leaders then go there. But I'm of the opinion that except for waiting will be the conditionalities in terms of making a truce between the two countries that are Ukraine and Russia. But waiting a lot of pundits then apprehension at the fact say Putin not going to give up. We say it don't already annex, from Ukraine to Russia.
So if that be the case, Putin not give up these annexed territories in Ukraine. If that be the case, and we see the Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky also saying that he will breach the Ukrainian constitution for forgive Russia, this territory is already annexed by Russia. So this now sticking point between the two leaders. So what will happen then?
This is what we are talking about. For say, yes, even though Putin will come, by every, now we hope that for say it will come. But you don't talk and say that the sticking point that one day. And a lot of pundits believe that, including myself, say this will be the sticking point because earlier on, Putin don't talk and clearly say, ready for give up the territories.
So as Volodymyr Zelensky.
So as Zelensky. So again, Zelensky said, of course, now a sovereign state, now a country that one day.
So we don't get a ceasefire. We don't get a ceasefire.
Now in country that one day, giving up a territory within the sovereignty of Ukraine go mean say yes, indeed, he don't breach the constitution of Ukraine, and then also it means say he is weak enough, he cannot protect his people. So those two, opinions from the two sides go mean say, except for other reasons.
Is it okay? Mark, come back to it. So what you say? You say it will mean say Volodymyr Zelensky weak enough because even for protecting people, would that make him weak not to Donald Trump?
No.
I mean, we see Ukraine they do very well in the front lines before Trump take over. He cut funding for Ukraine.
Again, war with the first time. In fact, what Russia been say, Putin been say, he say a military operation or exercise within. He said it either 3 days or so down the line. Then not to a longer period. They don't fight this war so far. But what's more important now, I believe say Zelensky was betrayed, by the very NATO and by extension America under the Biden government, simply because in the first place they don't allow self let them go into any conflicts or combats. But because they don't give the hope, Zelensky self he feel emboldened, say with the backing of America and that of the European. In fact, by extent, let's say just NATO, I will have my way. I will be protected. Putin will not be able to, inflict any damage on my country or even, annex any side. But prior to the war, already there was a particular territory where it been not annexed already. Was it Donbass?
It's Crimea.
Crimea, yeah. It be not annexed that side already. So again, because of the I'm not going to say betrayal, but because of the approach we need to make towards Zelensky, I don't degenerate so to we say with this today. So for me, I think it's very important for we understand the broader context. Say Ukraine and Russia, except for otherwise, but it will be difficult for Putin give up all the territories then we don't annex already, because I want to believe say even so, most of the people themselves within that community the areas then we don't already annex, they don't want to come back. Few of them.
Okay.
Most of them don't want to come back to Ukraine.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, because of already then they use the Russian currency, the rupee, they use them, and at the same time, they don't see and say, no need for let them come back to Ukraine, except for other reasons. But most of them don't want to come back.
All right.
So it will be a very, debilitating blow on, Zelensky, if at all Russia say or Putin say, at every cost that will be the sticking point, that he is not ready to give up any territory, and at the same time, abandoning the war, because for him, he must see that he win all, the areas then, which is very important to us.
Introducing Melvin Tijan Mansare and Mulko Espangua. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, make us start with you, Mulko. What do you make of this talks, of this meeting, this summit today?
It's going to be a very, it's a very stiff meeting. It's going to be a very, it's going to be a very difficult negotiation. It's going to be a test of the U.S. authority over the world. It's going to be a test of the U.S. in value how the world sees the United States. They don't fail at finally resolving, the Israel-Palestine, Israel-Gaza. They have failed, and the world is watching. And and since Trump took over power, he has constantly and consistently failed, in resolving, as we say as a kind of power. So that's the first thing he would do for solving
in 24 hours.
Yes, in 24 hours, and this is dragging on longer than he even anticipated. So it's going to be a test of the U.S. in value and the U.S. in authority with the way it gets over the world. They don't threaten Putin several times. They don't say Putin this, we go this, we go that. I mean, just for clearly Putin does in the shake that doesn't really faze him. All those threats doesn't faze him, and so it's going to be a test.
The threats don't affect Putin at all. I mean, we only see the willingness from Vladimir Putin for actually getting these talks with Donald Trump.
If you
after the ultimatum for sanctions against Russia,
if you ask me, I don't think Putin was his arm was bent. I think it's based on the relationship he gets with Trump. See, if you really want peace talk, I don't think you'd meet with Putin, you meet with Trump, you meet with Putin separately, and you meet with Zelensky separately. That's not how peace talks work. You don't meet virtually with Zelensky, and you meet with Putin in person. You remember the last peace talk we then said we collapsed. It collapsed. I mean, it was a disaster, right? If you really want peace talk, you put the two parties, bring them come to the table, and then lay everything bare. I think what you had is seen now more of an advantage. Trump is advantage by Zelensky. So he's trying so hard for proof to the between people. He's already losing support inside his house. He's already losing support because of this Epstein file. So he's trying to save face. He's trying to do everything he can to get back on the support and let them see in that light. Say he's the peacemaker. He wants this Nobel Peace Prize so badly. So that's why he's pushing all of this. But I don't think it's going to happen for him.
Well, Vin, what do you make of the talks? You saw it.
It's happening today. A lot to be anticipated. But of course, I'll go on for say it's going to be a litmus test from several fronts as to how much will US bend backward or forward to Putin, and how much will Putin bend backward or forward to...
What that you think he gets for bend?
Can I make my premise? And the premise there is the fact that the terms of the deal is not known, and of course the issue of territories, ceding territories, done day. But of course, the ceasefire itself is a bottom line issue. So in terms of waiting at the terms of the agreement until then go sit there and talk and probably come out with the joint statements as already Kremlin announced, and perhaps allow journalists to ask questions, it will be hypothetical. But this, I mean, it's significant. It's a test of the US supremacy in geopolitics, but also it's going to be a test of the Russian comeback. Because mind you, Russia has been isolated for quite some time, and now they are coming back. And unfortunately, now that they are coming back, the person will then get palaver with not the can at the table, nor the one them we give them the backbone when a European Union or NATO. So, what will be the response of the European Union if there is going to be any deal? And of course, the first question: what will be the terms of the deal? Whether places like Donbass, and unfortunately, we don't even know how much territory. There are military analysts, Institute of War Studies in the United States. They say then the project probably Russia don't take something like 15 to 20 square meters of Ukrainian territory. So return of these seized territory be part of the conversation. What will be the terms of the ceasefire? And again, looking at US contribution to Ukraine and all that, and the isolation of the European Union. So for me, I think this is a litmus test. I want to see if Trump will get the guts for do it, you don't do it. People like Zelensky, what you don't do with the big five African leaders where they ask Boake, Usailan for speaking English.
All right.
I mean, all those things. So a lot there on the cards, but you cannot tell until it happens, and it's happening today in Alaska. So
okay, Pewa, you expect anything to happen today?
Like I say, and my colleagues then say, we are still apprehensive of the outcome because for me, in as much as Zelensky not on the table, very, very important also for that we fathom the fact say you not gonna make any tools, because if you make peace between two people, I don't think safe for doer in the absence of the other one, because if you do in the absence of the other one, there is every likelihood for the one way absent gets an inclination, say there why then they go tie bargain for me, and they are going to push this on my throat. If not so, then the plan, whatever, I mean, get for commodity, when you go down consult the third party, believe you me, I don't think say any headway, I mean, any tools will take place. So it's very important also, well, me not go say advantage. Now bully, now the same bullying tactics, Trump and Putin, they seize on Zelensky. But what's important in all of this now, the fact say, if really, because I think this is the first time Putin they left Russia for Canada, another country way in the sea and say, now then they back, except for some reasons. They don't go in other areas. Then for the very first time, they come on Russia, if at all it get for happen for Canada, any NATO country for strike, these two so they yearn for. So it's important that Zelensky is part of the deal. I think Sabi make one analogy now. I say if Papa get two picking, then the big one, sometimes the big one, either not the big one don't offend the small one, or not the small one don't fit the big one, and the power one for make peace between them. Sometimes they call the big one first. It can caution them. But in this one,
and then they see it happen.
Where in this context, I'm not going to say that it happen, because Zelensky self now a sovereign, a president of a sovereign state, an independent state, and therefore, no matter how powerful, it is like America waging a war against Sierra Leone. We're not going to say because he's militarily powerful, so we will succumb to whatever they push now with throat. We're not going to say, we're not going to take him. So it's very important for them to treat Zelensky also as a president of a sovereign nation with own legitimacy and constitution, and that now the bed rock that one the way it for be respected in this conversation.
Okay, Mulku, you told the same line with Pewa. Pewa said this is an ambush.
An ambush, yeah,
on Ukraine.
Clearly, it's an ambush on Ukraine. Trump was already promising that Ukraine will give up some land, already touting that without having the agreement, sitting down with Zelensky and agreeing that yes, that could be the case. He's already making promises to Putin. Why are you making promises to Putin about a whole sovereign nation in the absence of Zelensky himself? So and Zelensky make it clear, say no, we know that you need to give up any land, and that's going to be the sticky point by this whole thing. I don't think like how Mr. Perra they say. I don't think Putin is ready to give up all those lands that I want to see.
So what if you not give up this land?
That's the thing.
What if you not give up? And Ukraine also said they're not going to give up his lands at all. So we're not going to get a ceasefire.
It's going to be a stalemate. I want to see what Trump willing for offer. This is it, because I'm sitting here thinking if Trump has nothing on the table or to offer to Putin, I want to see where he's going to formulate something to offer Putin on the table in exchange for those lands Putin already don't get. And remember,
what do you think say President Trump mean? We say they get for territorial exchanges, swaps.
That's I mean. It just so territorial exchanges. Monetary exchange mean giving and receiving, right? But in this instance, what's in Zelensky the exchange? Zelensky not get any land in Russia, so that there is no exchange. It's supposed to be territorial handing over. If you say exchange, then Zelensky must have something to give, but Zelensky has nothing, no land to give. So clearly, Putin has to hand over back those lands, and that is what I don't see happening. Remember, this war started because Putin say Ukraine they encourage NATO for set-up bases. Not so. Now. Fast forward a year to this date, it's like the whole thing don't change now. Not so that now the thing now. Now Putin wants to secede Ukraine. He want to take over Ukraine. Sorry, not to secede. He want to take over Ukraine. He want to annihilate Ukraine. This is exactly what we're seeing now. Not to NATO now, because don't come out from NATO inside now. So the whole essence don't change. And Trump don't open Putin eyes to the minerals of Ukraine, where he tell Zelensky say they need access to the rare earth mineral. Who are in this world right now? We're not superpower. We don't want access, unabated access to rare earth mineral, developing the processing and manufacturing of those
talking
minerals.
about rare earth minerals, Ukraine minerals them. I understand for say these minerals deal with and sign with America, or Ukraine sign with America. A lot of these minerals are in the Russian controlled areas, like in the south.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
So you go favor America more if you put in giddy concessions.
So that make I say I dey wait for see waiting Trump will offer in exchange for those for let Putin give up those lands. It's going to be a very interesting conversations today.
In a minute, let we not also forget say there has been a barrage of sanctions against Russia.
Yeah.
For over decades. Sometimes it will be another conditionality say giving up those territories will mean lifting the sanctions. Sometimes Putin will, Trump will put that one forward, because if only Putin say you're not ready for give up any territory where you don't annex so far, it will. I mean, the only punishment will be when they put more sanctions.
Yeah, but
because even NATO is afraid of going into war head on.
Okay.
Yeah, but those sanctions seemingly not affect.
They're not the affect the man. That is it.
Russia is still doing business with India, business with China, and they're still developing. So clearly, sanctions are not working.
Melvin, you think say we go get a ceasefire soon? Because Trump clearly now they say this meeting we not go get a ceasefire after this meeting, highly unlikely. But he thinks very soon we go get ceasefire on the table.
Well, understanding the context, to answer your question, I think say colleagues allow make some submissions now the panel way and for just touch on. To say Trump not get nothing for offer, Mr. Moko I beg for differ. If Trump not get nothing for offer, Putin will not be coming to the table. And let me tell you the antecedents that led up to that. One, already we know say Trump done shifting rhetoric to Russia. On Russia, it was soft and it was cozy with Putin, admiring him. But later on, recently, we see Trump, they say, the meeting, they all know the old water, so it seems as if it's not serious business. Then the former Russian Prime Minister come out with a threat. And we see how Trump readjusts in nuclear submarines them across the world. Although we don't know specifically who spots them, they remobilize them. And that is also coming against the backdrop of an increased tariff threats, not directly on Russia this time, but people already buy the Russia LNG, liquid natural gas, one of which in India, or another that would be probably China. So these threats are showing Trump as yes, the world police leader, and I'm sure. Yeah, Putin, being a KGB, understands Trump since the 70s.
Yep.
And he knows that one of the elements of Trump's foreign policy is what is called strategic ambiguity. Yes, if you look at the US foreign policy, there is a portion that is called strategic ambiguity. And Donald Trump is an embodiment to of that. So going to this meeting today in Alaska, for the fact that looking at the venue itself, Alaska, and you look at the history of Alaska and America, so it's already a win for America.
But you don't agree with Mulku?
No. I posted something on my status. I think 2 or 3 days ago. The only thing that is keeping us alive now is what is called mutually assured destruction. Russia, the US cannot launch a nuclear attack. Russia cannot launch a nuclear attack.
Yes.
You know why?
Yes.
Because if anyone do one, it's going to be mutually assured destruction. The US is going to be destroyed. Russia is going to be destroyed, and everybody around them. And so there's going to be this it's called chicken fight, right? Or cat fight. You're going to be this cat fight, like cat. So you don't see with puss and the fete. That is what we're going to see. It was like how you rightly say. I agree with the fact. Say it was a strategic strategic location in Alaska. Remember, Russia sold Alaska to the US for $7 million. So this is where they get to this day. So, and the Alaska, that same side where they go, so it was used during the Cold War for actually monitoring what's in the go inside Russia.
So what's in this mean now?
It's a strategic location for tell Russia, say this was your mistake.
Yes.
And this is exactly where we won the Cold War. We are going to use it as a conduit. Yes. So it's a strategic location. However, that is going to make Putin even more angrier. So for me, I want to see what Trump will offer. That's what I'm looking forward to.
So instead, what you got for see is America ambushing Russia.
And I think that's the logical reverse of your question. This is Putin walking into the lion's den. This is not a cockfight. Not at all. This is a fight of two giants and elephants. And dominion, language, content, issues come from it. For me, I have to watch it live. I'll be watching it live because
it's very important.
Yeah. I don't want to get BBC narration or CNBC or Fox narration. I want to have my own narration, so I will be watching it live. Yeah. But the fact there is, the issue for Russia and Ukraine is not just about territory. What you get to do with people.
Yeah.
What happened to the people that were in the occupied territories then? What will be of their nationality? Will they be called Russians or Ukrainians? And we already know say Russia we don't adopt Ukrainian kids. We already under Russian parenthood.
Oh yeah.
So it's not just about the land space.
I said it just now. There are people who don't want to come back.
Of course, they don't want to come back. How will those people react to whatever deal where Putin they go take, or whatever deal where Trump proxy Ukraine will go take? So it's a matter of let's wait and see. And so that talks for. I'm not listening to so many diplomats, military analysts, and one thing that is the undercurrent is uncertainty. We do not know what is going to come out. But again, I think for a ceasefire deal, is imminent.
Yeah.
But somebody can say it make Putin ceasefire because say Putin self now is stiff neck, maybe if not like but passer, because Putin gets military experience which Trump not gets. Trump was a scout. According to his profile, he was a scout.
I know.
He was a scout.
But Putin president
and Putin ideologically in terms of, I am a pro-Trump supporter because I want to let Africa great again. But in terms of strongman and disposition, I think Putin the first judo today. Putin the go ski. No, that's going to be in
even with all the sanctions on Russia, we not still see Putin giving to the West.
He has been giving in because he got this meeting today because he is giving in. Putin has always. The thing is, your question is very important. Will any deal hold? Because Putin not the first time they go into deal with America. There was a previous deal where
of course
they quashed the deal. So,
but that's the thing about Putin.
Will Putin hold up?
That's the thing.
And if Putin not hold up, what will Trump do?
All right. So
will he treat Russia like he treated Iran and the Ayatollah?
All right.
This is an interesting look at it.
President Donald Trump said go hope for after this meeting, if it's successful, he go hope for a meeting between the Russian leader Vladimir Putin, Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky, and INSEF.
The Batman DJ, the DJ waiting up on top all the other DJs.
When you talk about the DJs then, daddy.
Good meeting, but the more important meeting will be the second meeting that we're having. We're going to have a meeting with President Putin, President Zelensky, myself, and maybe we'll bring some of the European leaders along, maybe not. I don't know that it's going to be very important. We're going to see what happens. And I think President Putin will make peace. I think President Zelensky will make peace. We'll see if they can get along. And if they can, it'll be great. If I weren't president, in my opinion, he would much rather take over all of Ukraine. But I am president, and he's not going to mess around with me.
Okay. So this is now the Russian leader Vladimir Putin speaking yesterday. Say he appreciates the energetic spirits of the American leadership.
The current American administration, which as everyone knows, is making, in my opinion, quite energetic and sincere efforts to stop the hostilities, stop the crisis, and reach agreements that are of interest to all parties involved in this conflict.
But Mr. Pewa, you think say if this meeting successful at all, okay, waiting a success in the American eye in this meeting?
Well, to a broader context, meaning all who say Russia don't annex, a give back, a withdraw, or demobilize a military setup then and then territories, then they make sure say.
You think America they push for make Russia concede some territories them? I mean, President Trump don't previously say that there will be territorial concessions in this war.
Concession. Sometimes we say, okay, when I give you the land, let with the the minerals there or whatever is available there, we share back. But what's important now the fact say when you say if they were ready, if the conditions, they not state the conditions there it's until where they would not meet. Now they will go know who sign at the sticking point or who sign not to the sticking point. For me, I think say the first thing where Putin Trump go propose to Putin first at the ceasefire, he withdraw or disembark from all the territories that we don't annex so far. That could be one. And then, I mean, cessation from hostilities. Like, I don't know if now Medvedev, the former prime minister. Now he talk say they will, they don't already set up the military arsenals, then submarines, then for action. So I think say all the tricks then they go for simmer down on them and going forward for make sure say yes, truce take place, the people they live back their normal life, and then every other arrangement in terms of diplomacy they come back. But the most important thing that every Ukrainian and some Russians are looking forward to na cessation from hostility. That's number one. Number two, handing over territories, and then number three, let life become back normal, reconstruction take place. Nine at the broader picture.
Melvin, what do you think is a successful meeting? What do America mean by a successful meeting, Tom?
Well, firstly, it's premising the question on also America will determine within now the success.
I mean, how them view a successful meeting between them two?
Then view a successful meeting in my estimation that for once Putin they calm down and can talk to the U.S. president, and from the Republican or the personal perspective, Trump they see him as a prestige movement that you get the opportunity. But I think the ultimate here is how will Ukraine respond to whatever comes out, and how will Europe toe the line or against the line. So ultimately, it's not about U.S. passive success, but what is on the card. And as it stands, I don't think Zelensky get a card, nor Europe get a card, because, of course, Zelensky still need U.S. military support back indirectly to Europe. And if Zelensky say it'll be stubborn on waiting they come up between Trump and Putin meeting today in Alaska, it will get worse than waiting they happen. It will get worse than waiting they happen at the Oval Office. But also, it's a moment. I mean, maybe we don't get this conversation back and forth. It's a moment for where we learn Trump 0.20 to Putin 0.00 as always has been. So something unique when they come up from Putin in months. We never talk it about U.S. foreign policy or U.S. foreign policy officials. He say they are energetic, but the word we are underlined from Putin's mouth is sincere. The Kremlin has never deemed the U.S. or Washington as sincere in their intervention, especially after the arms deal and other things like that, and the threats of sanction. So I think people like us that are not pro-war should be cautiously optimistic that a deal will come out. However, I hope Washington
Trump is not optimistic at all. Trump says there will not be a ceasefire.
He's playing the usual Trump as a fascist. If you are arguing from a fascist perspective, you don't give people hope. You give them this hope for them to get hope.
You're agreeing that Trump is a fascist.
In some cases, yes. In some cases, he's a fascist. In some cases, like the way I treat immigration, that is fascistic.
I agree.
Okay. In some cases, but in other cases, he's different. I agree. Trump not a perfect man. Like me, so again, on the subject of the significance or symbolism, well, I hope it's going to be significant rather than symbolic, the meeting today, because
at the end of the day, if Trump telling you that there is no deal, the Trump will miss Sabi, we may not follow and not do a lot of documents readings around. When Trump says A, it means Z. So in this case, if he's saying Z, because he wants to maintain, the MAGA base in the US is fragile these days, and he don't want to give too much hope to them, because they don't find out if they don't tell them say the end wars. And it will end up. So in order to over alleviate or amplify the expectation now, I'm sure he want to use the moment for spark a surprise. The Trump that I know, I'm not in his mind, but there are other psychologists who don't go into a mind and they don't do analysis. So he is using negativity for get positivity.
But how you think say Russia go respond if at all this meeting go bad? I mean, with regards to the front lines in Ukraine, you think we will see more attacks on Ukraine, or it will cease at all?
If Russia get for double attack and it come out that they are arrogant and pompous and they don't want peace, Trump will be left with no option but for us Europe for pay more, of course, and give them more support. And by so doing, embolden Zelensky and the war. Of course, it's in the US.
Is that not prolonging the war?
Yes, but it's in US economic interest, because now money that is spent for Biden arms, then it will prolong the war, counter to Donald Trump's internal domestic politics position. However, Donald Trump therefore used that. The Trump that I know, he will say, okay, these wars are going on, but it's not for free. We are making money out of it, and that's what is going to be his argument. So for me, this is not about This is not about Zelensky for now. This is not about even Trump. We know their positions. This is not about even Europe. We know their positions. This is about Vladimir Putin, for one, saying that the efforts are sincere. Now, demi all. Putin are the kind of man. If he tell you say this is not black, not black. Putin is not as diplomatic as Western politicians. I mean, he call out America he don't call out America in several occasions. But if he is coming to the table, I think he's coming genuinely. But also the onus is upon Washington. Let Trump not go begin behave to Zelensky. He will not encourage that. He will not encourage that, and it will be disastrous for the talks. But so far, I want to give Trump the credit that for the fact that Vladimir Putin is saying he admires the energy and sincerity. The man away then get the deep in.
All right, okay. Mulku, we see this over $300 million arms deal between Nigeria and America. How do you make it?
Yeah, it's funny. America, they go make peace with Israel. They go try to make peace with Putin and Ukraine. The America, they can sell the weapon. No, but it's the double standard. It's the double standard, right? You go fight for make peace and they can sell you a weapon. So it doesn't make any sense to me.
Where you go say they sell the weapon for defensive purpose.
Then the question will come
because terrorists then are the sub-region.
If I know, but it doesn't make. They are not helping. No amount of weapon they solve that problem with the happen in Nigeria right now. No amount of waiting they need for they need for structure this thing. Look, we get organizations we actually their responsibility now for watch for terrorist financing.
Yeah, exactly.
Those terrorists then they get money. Monies are being they are being funneled.
Yeah, remember the accusation of USAID
exactly. Yes. Even though then come out and disclaimer and investigate and say they don't see any proof, about on Nandi. But how are these guys receiving money? Because now, these terrorists then they eat, then they get weapon, then they get how they call small money where they use for do whatever for do. Then they mine whatever they mine and they export out there. How then they get all these things coming in a whole nation? How then they kind of so. And not only that, these monies that are coming in, then they kind of helicopter, they can't get them pound bag. $100,000, they can't get them say no, it is funneled through systems. Where are these organizations where they monitor all their money they ask for funding terrorists they ask for? Waiting and don't find out what is happening, because if you actually solve the problem, that is exactly where you go to solve the problem.
Right,
if you want peace, you bring all parties to the table, then they can discuss what you want. But this guy's just fighting.
It has been decades of fighting between the Nigerian army and Boko Haram and other terrorists. Do you think peace deal possible between Boko Haram and army in Nigeria?
If we see the way the US the effort where they don't make, the number of times they don't try to make peace with Israel. If they do half of that with Nigeria, inside Nigeria with the Boko Haram, I'm sure there's going to be some major improvements.
Okay, so okay, Mr. Perry, if I come to you, it so happens for say America seem for always the demand for something in response. I mean, for example, with regards to ending the conflict between M23 rebels and the Rwandan army or so, America gets access to the DRC untapped mineral resources. I'm waiting Nigeria before offer to the United States.
I mean, Nigeria gets a lot for offer, my brother. Nigeria gets first of all, Nigeria gets human resources. Nigeria is one of the most brilliant people in the West Africa. Inside Africa. That's something where Singapore they export right now inside US. They need them. That's number one. They can get those human resources for next to nothing. Number two, go to mineral resources. Nigeria get oil, huge deposit of oil. Nigeria in the OPEC region, I think they are the second or the third, the most largest where they produce the most oil. Na the region. Now that OPEC, and then they talk about the world, that OPEC, now they're the second or the third where they produce the highest amount of oil. That's an untapped resource where they can get to. They get other resources that they can get. So they have a lot to offer the US. If only the US say we want something for bring peace, we don't need more weapons at this part of the world. Bruh, the weapon anyway then Canada, then guided missiles and this. We all know this South Africa. Let not launch one in a Boko Haram, it take turn the campus now. Now we just stay 2 hours away from them. They know when they launch at the north Boko Haram, then that weapon it turn around, it goes on side. We didn't have we don't have a weapon anymore. We don't need weapons. What we need from them is find ways for sit on the table. Let's have a conversation for resolve these issues with all these Boko Haram and all these how they call them factions. Let whatever it is they have to give up, let them compromise and come to a compromise. Let them resolve the issues. America don't need to do this. We don't need war.
Pewa?
Yeah, selling arms and ammunition to Nigeria will also mean they create a platform for another conflict or for fear another conflict. Quite recently, I don't know if you have been privy to the conversation between the very Nigeria and that of Israel for intelligence sharing as to how they were able to curb the Boko Haram. But what's important now the fact say Nigeria being one of the giants in Africa, if not the number one, but they don't fight this Boko Haram. Imagine them Canada them fight to war, not to go and stop the war, now pen stop the war. So equally so, even if you count all the missiles, just like what they say, then they are ideology. Sometimes they pick themselves way, now toddlers them. They indoctrinate them already for say yes, this is our fight. More especially so where criminals then don't join, bandits or thief man, they don't join in the waiting set, they can just kind of one village no more, then destabilize them and take the animals there or their livestock and then take the woman there and go to a bush, then they ask for ransom. So they find out say, not to ideological, not to that kind Muslim waiting self or Islamic waiting self, and they try for advance anymore because other miscreants they don't join them for exploit the people. So it's important that let other resources come instead of arms and ammunition because Nigeria don't fight this war for the longest of time and there has not been any a break-even point to say okay we don't tire for fight so therefore we don't lay with arms there. The Boko Haram they don't ever carry that kind of conversation then. So for let America they give them more weapon. I think say Nigeria need more resources. It need more support, more logistics for let them advance their life. Other than now, America been seeing even.
Right, you think so? We will see a future. Now the
same mistake. Wait, now the same mistake. Even the NATO do where them they give weapon. Because the war is being fought in the in Ukraine. So the more they give the man the weapon. Now the more destruction because Putin said not go for consider if only hand, if only foot. No, they just go for engage. So the more you send the weapon, now the more destruction they take place that the banning on.
We saw this happen after the Cold War. After the Cold War, where they use all the AK-47 in the defense side for go dumper. They came to Africa and they dumped all those weapons. And we see what happened. Conflict after conflict.
Opinion on this?
It's hard to forget to consider your opinion when you get a panel with star-studded. But I think for me, there are two fundamental questions. It's what the answer and what has been invested in the war, and compared to what the war on Boko Haram and
the gains
and banditry, which they don't realize and which it don't take. Of course, let me not forget. insurgency don't claim a lot of lives in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Don't displace a lot of people. And of course, it don't put Nigeria on the brink of even and what is called secession, which is not a new call in Nigeria. It has always been there. But the root cause of it, Naim, we need for, I think, exposed. The root cause of it, one, for its colonial vestiges between the north and the south, but of course land management and oil resource management, and above all corruption and the involvement of the military in the democratic dispensation of Nigeria, and above all demographic of Nigeria itself as to how it's drawn from an religious standpoint. So Nigeria, you cannot use one size to fit all when you talk about Nigeria, because Nigeria is big, border a lot of countries, and the culture of Nigeria dispersed from one place, not the south, to the other place. But for me, my concern here is, this war has been raging for 10 years. America affects now Afghanistan also for 10 years. So what has been gained so far? But there are strategic issues to be looked at, which is one of which has got to do with the precision of the Nigerian military. I will give you now some facts. In June 2025, 20 civilians were killed in Zamfara during an air strike, and the Nigerian military behind for confirm that in January 2025, 16 civilians were killed in a strike mistake. Underline the word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And similarly, also in February, government strikes in Northwest kill people. And in Nigeria, the debate was how many people were killed. Figures were not
disclosed.
So, and now you are giving them new weapons. And we know, say, even with Ukraine, when US they send weapons, they send engineers them who train them.
Exactly.
And what me gather from your independent analysis from military experts in Nigeria, and that because of the Nigerian military the personnel competence and the technology when they get, they cannot be how can you be bombing? Although Israel they bomb displaced camps, and one of the places na Bono. It happened in Bono.
Bono State.
Which make in 2022, I think the US Congress being give an informal sanction on sales of arms. And why you say give, not so give that they give Nigeria. Now buy.
No, just
It's taking something out of Nigeria.
Yes.
And in 2020,
now sell them
US sold $997 million worth of arms. These were 12 helicopters, 2,000 precision weapons.
All right.
So imagine they don't get them precision weapon. Yeah, they still will kill
civilians. Then
civilians.
By the stick.
And the State Department now and Pentagon they say now. Interesting fact: this contract is given to U.S. arms and ammunition company. So it means it's taking money away from the GDP of Nigeria.
Yes.
But again, I always talk about the economics of war. What's in the insurgency they take also from the GDP is huge. Of course, the government will be arguing that this is about
self-defense.
The pack is about security for the region, boosting military cooperation and bilateral. But at whose gain? Because 500 pound bomb.
I'm telling you.
Imagine, and these are, so why we don't go negotiate instead? And there's nothing from the US that talks about negotiating.
And the areas occupied by Boko Haram are areas also where civilians live.
Yes, of course. And Boko Haram.
That's how terrorism works.
Not like a conventional war where Israel give notification say one can bomb.
No.
So
overnight nobody
civilian casualties. I mean, make the US lawmakers then say, "Look, we give embargo." And now from Obama begin embargo, Biden can leave time, Trump can give in Trump 001 now in Trump 029 is coming.
Okay.
So it's about the economics of war. And if I am an African and if I advise me Nigerian, I'm an adopted son of Nigerians. When I go to Abuja, I live like I'm living in Sierra Leone. Honestly.
You have to
Nigerian man. Let me just say this. People like say Nigerians are just about 419. They are
No.
They are one of the most receptive West Africans you can ever deal with.
Indeed.
But they like people where they can with something that they say good.
Okay, thank you, Melvin. We'll not get much time inside the show. Just go for a very short break. With whether you're planning to space your bath or prevent unintended pregnancies, Lydia has got you covered. Choose from a range of Lydia contraceptive methods that suit your lifestyle. Opt for the Lydia Post Pill as your go-to emergency pill, the Lydia Daily Pill as your regular contraceptive pill, the Lydia IUD as your long-term contraceptive method, or the Lydia Fem3 injectable as your 3-month stress-free protection. Contact Lydia's call center on 5225 or message them on WhatsApp, that is on 078-859-148 for more information. With Lydia, you truly decide. These adverts has been vetted and approved by the Pharmacy Board of Sierra Leone. We're going to for a very short break. We'll come back. We'll introduce on our call center inside the show. You there with the Epic Morning Show. Stay with us.
You then look for the best betting experience? Register with 1xBet today and enjoy 200% bonus on your first deposit to 2,300 million. Yes, double your money right from the start. Go inside 1x game for fine casino games, card game, and Poco other thing them. All them 1 year design for make you enjoy and win big. Or you can bet on sports events them like football, basketball, tennis, and Poco other one them with live updates and competition odds for get to the game. Easy for start. Register by phone or complete your registration with valid ID card. But not forget for screenshot your account for use them later. Deposit and withdraw you winning with Colat. We use Orange Money, Afri Money, 1xBet Cash, MasterCard or Visa Card. 1xBet are the official sponsor for La Liga, Serie A, League One, and the Confederation of African Football. So no now say you did a good hand. Join 1xBet today and join the winning journey. But remember say you need for bet responsibly. 1xBet.
Welcome back to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM, Slick TV on channel 37, Radio Garden, Choice FM on Facebook, and on the website at www.myepiconline.com. 079-994-993. Hello, good morning. Apologies there. 079-994-993. Call inside the show with a review the biggest international stories of the week at the meeting between President Donald Trump and the Russian leader Vladimir Putin. We get to happen in Alaska. And also with BNB Cash App, sending and receiving money just got even better. Enjoy free sending to Guinea, Liberia, Senegal, Mali, and Ivory Coast. Download the BNB Cash App now on Google Play Store for Android use for and the Apple App Store and start enjoying the rewards. Valid for you. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Epic Radio.
You never decided to call from
Godrich.
Yeah, go ahead.
Going from Godrich.
Go ahead.
Yes, you see, the only thing me glad about Putin and Trump and each one is that two superpowers them or two powers that we get nuclear weapons, they talk, and then turn them back on themselves on man side face. Because when they talk, it becomes safer for the world. But as far as Ukraine war they go, honestly, I don't think they put in there for Greece or stop that war. Because that is his main thrust. He say he wants to take the whole of Ukraine. He wants to bring back the USSR. That's his objective. So that all that and they, because Ukraine they are in NATO and this all are just excuses. You understand? It's just not succeeding. And by God, I don't go succeed. But his main aim is to take over Ukraine.
All right.
So, but
thank
at
you.
least when two nuclear powers at the top, it makes the world safer. Thank you.
079-994-993. Call inside the show today with a review the biggest international stories of the week. The meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You name and inside the call from?
Rogers, Juba.
Rogers, go ahead.
I believe say that war within Ukraine, not too much for let Putin take Ukraine. Now war within set for let Russia economic turn on and other things. But the thing where people need to talk, let them know say we even Putin here, Trump they go meet up today, they not get for fate. Then go talk all kind wars against themselves, but they not the fate. And the war set up now America and Russia is different. Putin they go under today, not when they control nuclear. America they go under today, now Putin they control nuclear according to the constitution.
All right.
So we then go under today. Putin don't let you under within young people. Then we then go do anything.
Okay.
Trump go left you under do anything, but they not go fit because they get once somebody get nuclear, the other one get time. They not the fit.
079-994-993. Call inside the show with a review the biggest international stories of the week. With BNB Cash App, you can now send and receive money anytime, anywhere. Download the BNB Cash App today on Google Play Store for Android users or Apple App Store for iPhone users. For any inquiries, call the customer care service on 072-500-000. Hello, good morning. Apologies there. 079-994-993. Call inside the show today with a review the biggest international stories, the meeting between President Donald Trump and the Russian leader Vladimir Putin na Alaska. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sirs.
You name and inside the call from?
You call from Leicester. This is Marcos.
Marcos, go ahead.
Well, all two are the talk, so now the facts are the talk. But there's one thing: war. Yes.
Marcos?
Russia and America. To be honest, Russia no go ever compare itself with America pan technology. America they accept all kind of human being wey get sense for improving their country. And Donald Trump na Mafian. He get money, he not afraid nothing. Everything they do now in the interest of America and a businessman. Any side where they go, he wants interest.
All right.
As for Israel and Gaza, to be honest enough, maybe not glad they kill it, but tell me true. If somebody go put you people there under gunpoint or in the killing, how your reaction would be? This United Nations, human rights, and then same one they cause problem. They go left sit down there, no, but now all the money. You see, as for Nigeria, to me, better shave Nigeria into two.
All right. Okay. So one part for Boko Haram and the other for the government. Okay. Some comments on Facebook. Sheikh Ahmed Tonkadi say, good morning, Epic 99.3. We sincerely pray that the upcoming meeting delivers tangible and constructive results. The people of Ukraine have endured unimaginable pain and loss, and it is disheartening to see certain African leaders using this global tragedy as a convenient shield for their own governance failures. In the same spirit of compassion and justice, we ask Allah, the most merciful, to bring an end to this ongoing conflict between Palestine and Israel, replacing violence with peace, despair with hope, and divisions with unity. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, who's man?
You name the call from?
Yeah, Pompa.
Pompa, go ahead.
Well, you see, Putin, what you want to start to, you don't find that you don't forget to Middle East na proxy. Okay. Now, ISO one destroyed, and then Putin back one crate. And I say one do back, now Ukraine. We are glad for the step of Macron and also Stoma. So Stoma more, now he said the case. He said them boundaries delimitation. Nobody know they can quote them off again. Say they can claim that no, already we get boundary delimitation. So now we want for like we own president now. Since Guinea, they don't say Jenga. As we say, we for try to get a press conference in England and try to write Stoma so that Stoma instead they will talk with Macron, think they now too close, so that Jenga they will count boundary delimitation and can't tell you they say no. Because they count boundary delimitation even towards Pamela, but we go oversight Pamela. With Jenga, we want and so we want to let the president take this step now. So try to say Jenga, if everybody they come together, we will get that immediately because Stoma boundary delimitation we will try to stop them.
Okay.
So we land back.
Mystic Dwazak saying, in the area of insecurity in Nigeria, I think the security sector should do the needful by broadening their scope of operations. Secondly, the mindset in those guys, even though others are dying, they are still with the mindset. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You never decided to call from?
On Fancy TV. Hello?
From where?
I just want to tell you, I say, American get permanent friends, na permanent interest they get. So, now that's not for them.
Apologies there. Mystic Dwazak also saying, as for the Sudan war, my fear is the escalation of the cholera outbreak in Sudan, more so when medical aid are not available at the moment. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, where inside the call from? Okay, Baka, go ahead.
One thing we elect this man we now Putin, it can open everybody in the eye. It can make everybody realize. It can make people know see the America, the Europe people we then they go in for their own interests. Look like Trump, waiting they for Trump now business they do for any way they do now waiting for go inside America and I care about. Take example to certain things that will happen. So now I make this man when I put in. This man God go make waiting the faithful it come to reality. Take like this bobo way they na Burkina Faso. If this bobo they make mods, they make challenge in different way. I believe say they under Putin. If you check this bobo now the only man this way don't make challenge to the whole presidency in Africa. They say get 80 billion project, $80 billion project for light the whole of Africa. No president will ever challenge them.
Okay,
then
thank you.
Don't come out again for talk about passports way for serve the whole of Africa. Then it don't talk about money back way for take now the whole of Africa. Thank you.
Mohammed Levy from Facebook saying Trump told President Zelensky he should not talk where world leaders talk. Abdulaziz saying in the first place these guys have never promoted Islam. All they do are against the teachings of Islam. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Epic Radio.
Your name and inside the call from?
From something you talk. Do I just ask question? This Alaska wouldn't go meet. Now in America?
In America, yes.
So we should say Putin go there.
Well, preparations are already on the way.
Okay. Now that's no more, sir.
Alright, okay. Are there fears for say Putin will be arrested? 079-994-993. Call inside the show with a review the biggest international stories. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Epic Radio. Julius, good morning. Ivan Julius Lee, good morning.
Usman Man in the studio, concerned citizen.
Usman, concerned citizen Atlantic.
Go ahead.
Usman, talking about controversial Trump and stubborn Vladimir. I tell you, the world not going to be a better place again. The whole don't take chance. Let me tell you, the interest, Trump gets an interest. But we don't begin make a bad negotiation. Well, in terms of negotiation politically, Vladimir Putin is more shielding than Trump. So now that's making up way for go talk with them.
So because this season we not see ceasefire happen, long ceasefire happen since the war started 3 years ago.
Ceasefire. Ceasefire, nothing change. They don't listen to Donald Trump no more. It will be because of where Trump say he go swap, he go make some deal. Like that they make Vladimir go in. But at the end of the day, Zelensky don't take it, don't send message. So Trump don't know himself. He still gets an interest where sick.
Apologies there. 079-994-993. Call inside the show with the review the biggest international stories of the week, the meeting between President Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Panelist.
Father Lambert.
Yeah, God bless you, sir. I'm concerned from this issue. Well, I could imagine, say, if Trump and Ukraine make peace, the whole Africa will be okay. But if we get Trump and get peace, I will for we every day. Because I the two professionals and the way we know, then I masterpiece of big bomb the way they make like the country and the whole world. So let Trump and Shetland man, outside profit today that they Trump is dead. So Putin not go take out from now. Who's that profit today that they in the good things they not go allow that, but let Trump go make a profit for now. But if you took us to one, well like we Africa country and the whole entire world will be okay. Thank you very much.
079-994-993. Call inside the show with a review the biggest international stories of the week. President Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump meeting today in Alaska at 7:30 p.m. Hello, good morning. Good morning. 079-994-993. Call inside the show today with a review the biggest international stories of the week. President Vladimir Putin meeting with President Donald Trump in the U.S. state of Alaska at 7:30 p.m. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You didn't inside the call from?
My name Woogie. I call from Grazak.
All right, Woogie, go ahead.
Maybe I ask Usman because me the name Usman Mansai. So I want to ask if fighting in Russia because we get people in Russia no one say.
No, the fighting actually they happen in Ukraine, not Russia. Although we see Ukraine they launch attacks on Russia, but the fighting they go on in Russia. 079-994-993. Call inside the show today. We review the biggest international stories of the week. President Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin they meet today at the U.S. state of Alaska, sidelining the Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky. We see Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky saying that you're not going to get a concession to Russia. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is calling from Twitter.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I have the slightest doubt that the meeting won't go on. And Putin is going there. He's going from an advantage point of view. Because already he has the land in Ukraine and he's not going to give much. And Zelensky hasn't said anything or much to say. All what he's doing now is to galvanize the support from the other European nations. In fact, that is what he is doing, going around to seek support because he's not going to be part of the meeting between Putin and Trump.
Okay.
So as far as I'm concerned, Putin is presently from the advantage point of view, and the meeting will go on that for sure. So Zelensky has done what he has to do just to plead from the youth and country for more support. That's all.
All right. Thank you. So make I just return to studio guest them for response to some of the callers. Melvin.
All right, I beg for the fact that Putin gets leverage. Putin is coming to the table because of threats, not only of nuclear but additional sanctions, and he knows how that affects his economy. Exactly. Putin not go because one go. If never Putin one, in a Qatar, while the meeting go old. Either Qatar or Turkey or the Middle Eastern country in party, but. I think so for thank Washington for the Marco Rubio and then for they will choose a place within at their advantage. So for the selection of the place alone.
But tell America, thank you.
I think the diplomats will make for Putin. Putin is crossing across the territory, though in terms of distance it's a different thing. But that's a win for America. Okay.
No. Again, for tell America, thank you.
Coming to Alaska, what did they tell them thank you for? The war done.
I mean, you say you foretell the American leadership.
We should
foretell
appreciate
American
the diplomats
leadership.
like Marco Rubio for pulling that off. That's not an easy feat. For letting him move Putin from the Kremlin and Moscow and make it traverse the Atlantic.
Overall, not the best place for get the meeting.
I don't know. They don't negotiate. I mean, no. But if me and I've been Putin,
well, I mean, you say Melvin, you say we for appreciate leadership for bringing the meeting Alaska.
Yes.
So is that the best place for all this meeting?
It's a win for them.
What we for appreciate for?
It's a win for them, and it's a win for democracy. Always we stand on the side of democracy. Russia is not a democracy. So if an autocrat in the eyes of other people in the world, or a despot, the seed in position say, okay, well, let me come over. He's coming over. That's a win from a diplomatic standpoint if you are negotiating. Here, boss get palava. He said, "They say, well, don't go mean that difference." I say, okay, well, local amuse. Now, win for you. Now, advantage. You can serve a water. You can serve a biscuits. You can use all those avenues for strain or restrain. So I think, Putin to say Putin the calm with a leverage, I don't think so. And of course, it has been clear and so many issues there. I think the big one there is they say Putin Trump both of them are nuclear powers. I think I agree with you also. That's a victory for this one, even if you end in a gridlock or a deadlock. For the fact that 2 nuclear powers, then they come at the table, and 2 very unpredictable leaders are also coming to the table.
Very uncertain.
I mean, we'll tell you one way we pull this off thinking.
All right, okay.
And of course, so Rojas, you're saying war is to cripple the Russia economy, but I mean, nobody's gaining from the war except the one with the same arms. So Russia has herself no say. They're not the win. And somebody asked one question, one woman, the only woman, thanks so much to her because it shows interest, whether there is war in Russia. There is war in parts of Russia because there are Ukrainian drones hitting parts of inside Russia. So Russia herself not safe with the war. Nobody is winning in the war. So like I can say, you will win the war, but you not win the battle. Russia might be winning the war by way of expansion of territory, by way of destruction. But by way of ideology, you have more Ukrainians now believing that, we must stand behind Zelensky no matter what we look at it, though again your own corruption issue and other blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, Ukrainians are united as a point, so nobody is winning.
Pewa?
I want to thank the callers for the time and the energy within the show towards international interest and that of national interest. I want to disagree with one caller. We say Putin, it tell Putin thank you because of now the only man that want the women well. Me, you man can talk it's a tight gentry better pass free pool better pass tight gentry. For me the West, for the fact that then they give or monitor freedom of expression, association, then say live the life, do your business how you want to. I admire that one day down. A dictator will not want any dissenting view, which in the put on the table in a final.
As such is
Putin. So for me, I know they admire him. Yeah, they always see him as an autocrat. And then on the question of selling, arms to in fact somebody make reference to South Sudan. Excuse me. To South Sudan. We know what they happen now South Sudan. We know what they happen now North Sudan. In fact, as we speak, now therefore, people are under immense threats. Then they use sex as weapon of war against innocent women and girls. So all them things the world, also African Union, they need to come back to them, to the drawing board and make sure then sanitize that part of the world, because the weapons that they send, they help. War not they stop war.
Okay, all right.
Now pen they stop war, and it's very important that they embark on diplomacy for make sure that part now the continent against sanity.
Okay,
then coming back to the to that of Zelensky. It's very important that himself he get for make sure he supports, he adhere to people then dictate and for make sure the peace within the hand for it come to pass other than he sees advantage by the man because he say he don't get that kind of clout as a Putin get time. He should be treated as equally as any other president of the world.
Okay, Mulku.
Yeah, so me want for the panelists and don't talk about the Russia and the US. Now I'll belabor the point again. Me want just very small. Somebody, one of the callers, and first of all, thank you for participating. Clearly, we get interest in the topics, and now I can always sit down and say this: International EV is one of the best programs I can for listen to, and the reason why is whatever is happening internationally is going to affect you locally, whether you like it or not. You will feel like say, okay, this is not concern me, this is not America, this is not Russia. Trust me, push comes to shove, so Germany will come and go first, we will suffer economically, we will suffer, mentally, we go traumatize, we will suffer in this country. So it is our best interest for really show concern and show interest in some of what happen around the world. Now, come to Nigeria, somebody say let them divide Nigeria into two. Me not agree that. I don't want that. I'm sure the Nigerian money will not vex with the either. I don't support the idea. But I don't support the idea because
Sudan, I don't think impossible
but we've seen Sudan unstable ever since. But if China are able for get themselves, get one ruler able for really bring that whole subject together. But he's able to control his people. If India with all that population, again they don't overtake China, they are more able for controlling people, still get them all together. But that's what I'm saying. In Canada, similarly, so all these big territory. They're able to manage the people, manage the resources. I think Nigeria can able to do the same. And me not staying support for let and divide. Unity is strength. If they come together, put the resources together, I mean, we can see how Nigeria can capitalize on all the resources, and they can continue to be the giant of Africa, and we by association go benefits as a nation. Also, I think with the call on President Bio as the chair of ECOWAS, I think he gets a role for play, especially for help for bringing peace to Nigeria. Now, times like this, we foresee, if we're able to sit down with Tinubu, I mean, they meet these alphabet institutions who are responsible for investigating terrorist financing. How can they get these people from financing the war in Nigeria? Financing, how they can able to stop those funds coming in? How they can able to come to the table and figure out ways and means for really resolve this war? I think it gets a role for playing IASO, and if we take up that responsibility, just like we did Trump, they do so for Russia and Ukraine.
Okay.
So that's gonna be my last word.
Okay.
That parallel is settling domestic.
No, I think
guys,
it's true, but
let's talk to Macron.
Okay, gentlemen, I want to say thank you for our time for joining me today for review the biggest international stories of the week. Up next, we'll get sports, entertainment, and business news, plus a review of the biggest national stories of the week by Reginald Brian Uchikutu Soya. Stay with us.
Are they in a hurry?
And not get change. Where you can next time, I give you change.
You get problem with me because always where they can so you go get issue with me. It's either me money go short or
Epic
it go take
Radio,
forever for make you cut me
99.3.
money. And
It's
today
so
you say you not
refreshing.
get change, but I they see other people and they come and always they left without any delay.
No, I don't got no problem with you. That one and they pay me and I go to wallet.
Kotoku, now the easy way for customer for pay merchant direct from the Orange Money wallet, fast, secure, and no need for physical cash. Whether you are for shopping, for buy food, or for pay for service them, just pay direct to the merchant in Kotoku wallet and avoid all the stress. It's simple. Open the Orange Money wallet on the Maxit app, scan the merchant in QR code, enter the amount and send, or dial #144 *42# and follow the step there.
Kotoku with Orange Money, easy payment, happy merchant, happy customer, and no cash wahala. Terms and conditions apply.
Businessman and woman can go join the Kotoku. Orange Money Kotoku.
Good morning, and welcome to your final edition of Sports Update this morning, right on the Epic Morning Show. Of course, let me just start for running through. So, Bo Rangers don't confirm in the official communication pages that Ibrahim Toure, IB Computer, don't left the club, and of course, he don't join a club in Iceland. Usaigo continue for play in football career. Straight to basketball, as Nigeria, we don't get a good opening in the Afro basketball competition currently in Rwanda, and then perform extremely well, defeating Kenya in the opening game of the Afro basketball season. And Nigeria currently in the world of basketball don't really do extremely well. So still into basketball, but now with Kevin Durant, as Kevin Durant done go back to a golden shoe after he don't win the Olympic Games with the United States. So he do this in 2016, so he don't repeat and back after winning the Olympics in 2024. And football is not just a game. Football is got a lot of goodies in football. So Chelsea don't decide, say each player of the club within the part of the FIFA Club World Cup will give £500,000, and then would donate this money to the family of Diego and Andre. So Diego Jota and brother were lost in life. So each Chelsea player The money raised up to £15.5 million. Newcastle still in a transfer market, and they don't adding to the squad as they don't complete Jacob Ramsey in deal. And Jacob Ramsey they join the black and white from Aston Villa. Away from that, and Arthur Witsel served on left Atletico Madrid and joined Girona for the upcoming La Liga season. And finally this morning, Leon Stars don't confirm 2 games in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers as they go play against Guinea-Bissau on the 3rd of September, and they go play against Ethiopia on the 9th of September, and this game go play in Liberia. And of course, football is back. The English Premier League returns tonight as Liverpool go play Bournemouth. For this morning, all this we get inside Sports Update.
Welcome to another edition of the Epic Entertainment Buzz with me, Fatmata Lebi. We can look at different instruments we can use for make music, and today we will look at the sistrum. Sistrum now one kind old instrument where them be they use for play music. It get handle and it shape like letter U with some metal wire them across her. The wire here get small metal ring them where they make sound where you shake them. First them, especially in Egypt, them be they use sistrum for church ceremony in them. They say the sound they get bad spirits them come out and they make the gods them gladdy. Now woman priests they mostly be the player, especially for worship one goddess we then call Hathor, and are the goddess for music, dance, and joy. Well, relax, and also you want to know how these systems sound like, because this is a strange name na yes. Well, sit tight, relax, and listen to this sound. Well, now all this I get for you inside today's own edition of the Epic Entertainment Buzz. So till we meet again, me will bring the update. Me your name, na Fatmata Lebi. Stay blessed and do have a blessed and a lovely weekend.
I hope that our visitors would listen to this song carefully, because it's true. They're trying their best to stop our progress with bad propaganda. I mean the foreign press. Bad things are blown out of proportion and spread all around. But the good things of the island they will never mention. Like our scholars have sit and passed every test. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. You know our music is rated amongst the best. There's nothing about that in the foreign press. But if a man steal a mango or breeze blow up a woman dress, bet your life we making headline in the foreign press. True, true. Lamba bombe pa, lamba roba, lamba de la roba.
The sky too big for make bird stop in comping bird, not for fly. Hello, good morning and welcome to the EMS review segment, and today na Friday the 15th day of August 2025, and on Friday basically we can review the biggest local stories of the week. And of course, we also can look at the newspaper headlines and then take other items in the program. You remember, say you watch you live on Sleek TV channel 37, and same way to live on Epic Radio on 99.3 FM, live on Radio Garden, live on Choice FM for the one within the eastern part of the country, live on Facebook, and we other online platform. Me ready make the program come to you this morning. My name is Reginald Brian Ojukutu Sawyer, and for help me Rob Mott the topics that we will discuss this morning. Let's forget Ambassador for the Moriba Conte, staff writer for Calabash newspaper. Good morning, Ambassador for it's a pleasure for getting on the program.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
As always on Friday. Is Friday one of your favorite day?
Yes, because definitely weekend, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. So,
and moreover, the Premier League, they starts tonight. Yeah. Liverpool Bournemouth. So, I mean, football is back. For we like football. James Kamamane, good morning. It's a pleasure for getting you.
Yes, good morning, Reginald, and good morning, listeners.
Football is back tonight. The Premier League.
It did. Best moment.
I know you will be happy after today.
Very much happy, and I wait for Sunday to take on Man United.
For we with Manchester, the Premier League they start on Sunday between Man United and Arsenal. So, but quickly, we also expect Dr. Victor Moinina for joining we in the program very shortly. But we'll take the front page of various newspaper. I'll start off with my first speaker in the Awoko newspaper publication this morning. We got a big banner headline: must-slide threat looms over bush water community in Kisibrook. And we also get health minister target mpox elimination by October. And then we have High Court rule Kamaimba libel businessman Kobe Walker, others damages, retraction and perpetual injunction. All of this and more you will see now the front page of the Awoko newspaper.
And with me I get the satellite newspaper. The main banner headline story reads, they say, as the journey towards unity continues, 37 APC members released from prison. ACC indict Abu Kamara on 9 counts of unexplained wealth. PIM director chairs ECOWAS Regional Infrastructure Consultative Meeting. And the final story, Sludge pays courtesy call on IGP Selu.
Away from that one, I get the Independent Observer's newspaper publication with me here. We got a big banner headline: 37 APC supporters cleared of criminal charges. And also we get another big banner headline: Iranian ambassador farewell hail President Bio Human Capital Development. All of this and more you go get now the Independent Observer's newspaper.
And I get to me the Independent Observer newspaper. As well, say, Mr. President, can we talk? That is series of part 219. The main banner headline story say 37 APC supporters cleared of criminal charges, and also get say benevolence, a school of character reduced to rumbles. And the final story, Iranian ambassador bids farewell hates President Bio's human capital development. All the story you go find now the Independent Observer newspaper.
And I also get the Premier News newspaper publication this morning. We get a big banner headline: political reconciliation deepened as dozens of APC members cleared of charges. There is a photo of course, APC Sheriff. We also get UNICEF and Gavi Boost immunization program with solar power vehicle and cold chain facility. We had Jihad CEO unveil financing blueprint to boost African value-added exports. And also on the front page of the Premier News newspaper, unexplained wealth, ACC indict former NRA finance manager. And finally, let's just look at the Concord Times newspaper publication. We get SLRA demolish leave traders in despair. Dwazak shop owners cry foul. And then we have AFSAC Salon rallies for urgent child health investment. We have Parliament ratify construction of Kenema Connaught Toll Road agreement. 9 suspects arrested in Juba armed robbery crackdown. And then we have IOM backs mission 89 to strengthen fight against child trafficking. All of this and more you will get now the front page of the Concord Times newspaper. Thank you so much, James Kamaramane, for joining me. Review the various newspaper. Now we topic of discussion this morning. The key thing I will look at here, we have Mohamed Omodu Kamara, we plenty people can call Jagaban. don't plan for revive the water transportation by getting new ferry for Sierra Leoneans. We will look at we'll get a statement from Jagaban in a couple of minutes inside the program, and also we get over 4,000 teachers suspended from the payroll. Well, there is a letter with the Sierra Leone Teachers Union may write to the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and then put the reason as to why they don't suspend 4,000 teachers there. So, and they don't talk say if the government's not amend them, they go undermine the reopening of school. And also we get the of course the issue of the First Lady, by far one of the biggest this week, the First Lady Fatima Bio versus internal party rift. We did look at how political tension are testing SLVP unity and affecting national progress. We can discuss but this one as well. And then finally 37 release, President Bio takes major step to advance national unity and cohesion. All of them topics there, so and more we can discuss in the program this morning. But quickly, before we start with the conversation, let me listen from Mohamed Omodu Kamara. We plan to blanking call Jagaban as he been talking in go buy ferry for boost the sea transportation system in the country. Let's listen from Jagaban now.
Anyway, they talk about the ferry, no, so yes, no worry. The ferry will go put and thing of the past. So what you don't cry for help. Then I tell you and say, Jagaban don't really the cry. I they go special for the ferry. Inshallah, I go more see say I find a way we will bring a new ferry and I just because the ferry where in Africa right now is a dead trap. Wallahi in a dead trap. How ferry go there if they go take stop middle of the sea? Pass them break camp lifeboat. Even the lifeboat is SSF na dead trap. You know, I not come for ruling the country, I come for better the country. God bless. You know, most of the things were laughable. You get people at the APC party, then they look at Jagaban like aliens from the Mars. Which are, you know, Usa is common. Now they tell Usa is common, Ablama is common. Yes. Now the eastern region part of the country, now they are common. And also, my papa common at Putloko. My mama common at Tonkolele. I go finish school at Freetown. I go to London. I work there for so many years. I build relationships. I come to London. I go America. Now America, me don't be one of the top Sierra Leoneans where they employ more than 500 Sierra Leoneans.
So that now being some of the statements made by Jagaban as he been going to Lokomasama, and they continue with a nationwide campaign for the 2028 of course presidency. Remember, it's one of the aspirants where they contest for the flag bearer tickets for the main opposition All People's Congress. Quickly, let's start with this one. Ambassador for the Moriba Conte, Jagaban on promise for buy ferry for solve the, we all know the recent human cry about the ferry system, ferry go out what one not twice. I remember even the last time ferry out, but we will be go the SLF elections and all, and then we get the other time we see again the ferry breakdown, and then we get for transfer or transport the passenger then from the ferry to one small boat, life-saving boat, for ensure say then come and then kind of show safe. So now we don't promise forget new ferry. Let's get your reaction on some of this promise made by Jagaban.
Yes, I think say it's really good for make we get people like Jagaban. We actually want for ensure say we address some of the challenges that we face in the country, and when you look at transportation is very key, especially looking at water transportation, and we know how the constraints on the be for the people in the commodities now Lunge and kind of Freetown, come off Freetown and go Lunge. So at a point where we Lunge bridge till now we wait for but not see it. So I think say it's good for make you say we count another ferry for able for can ease the constraints way citizens in the face when it comes to water transportation, because when you look at the way how previous ferry we don't get from your experience we don't go inside
for the when last you cross the ferry
when we don't take most times
I don't say see coach or see what
so most times
so ambassador serve the dodge
I know the dodge but because most times I go
are you scared of using the ferry?
No, I'm not scared of using the ferry but most times when I can go back maybe I can go on some activities them where they can already don't book a ferry for go, or maybe I can go out and say I just use them. I'm not scared of using it only, but I think say we get majority of Sierra Leone and then we actually use the ferry because we look at Sea Coach and other side where I tell you $45 for go, $45 for camp. So
that's $90.
Yeah, so not so everybody
not all man go for that.
Afford that kind of money.
Is that close to 2,000 new loans? Or more than 2,000? Okay.
Yes.
At 2,250.
Wow.
For
going camp 2,250.
Yeah.
No, you know say $100 and they around 2,000 some hundred. So $90 they below 2,000.
No, not 2,250. I used them day before yesterday.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So we know say we dollar rates na salon not stable.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can go up because if the dollar don't count down. So sometimes it can go up, sometimes it can count down. So I think say that's very expensive for the common Sierra Leonean. That woman where they pull in business, come on a lunge for cancel and a pre-ton. After you don't sell it, go back.
And now not 25,000 for cross the ferry for camp.
So
25,000 for go as well.
So look at that, just 50 million so everybody can able to afford. So I think say if a man like Jagaban they come for so say help for in that area for count new ferry, I think it's good. We already hope say like we don't promise so you go hope for ensure say do so that we'll get new ferry. Now we go to use Lunge because the bridge as I say we'll wait for him back.
Even though the contract they don't sign, but that's a whole topic for another day. Dr. Victor Moinina, Mohamed Omodu Kamara, we plenty we can call Jagaban, formed the main opposition All People's Congress. One of the of course is gaining popularity now, going into various villages and all. It's a plenty time the people in the ask outside come out, but na Blama come out, na Saloni come out, and they don't talk, say don't everybody ferry incident, and they don't promise for buy ferry for solve the sea transportation wahala or crisis na the country.
Well, this is now welcome news to Sierra Leone. Good morning, Sierra Leoneans. Of course, I go be very happy if something like that happen. But wetin I can always say can be the problem. For buy the ferry na one, the maintenance culture. We go able maintain the ferry. Remember I said them ferry there within us so before APC left power. And then we go get to that ferry then come move. The one they has away with the crisis now the ferry they don't book down.
Them two one,
yeah.
In fact, I dey inside the ferry, you ain't be the car. It's like na do. It's like roof not on top with.
So, not to that say, if that ferry they drift, that ferry they can able drift, so take go by getting good border.
How?
Because the wave, the ferry not get that kind control, that strong
Jagaban tag the ferry as a death trap.
But it's true. It's true. Maybe they talk to you, so I don't know see a last I use them. But it's very scary for use. And like how you they talk, the people that they bring the market can from Lungi, Canton every day for pay 50 leons, go and come. It's more affordable for them than I go take. And you know, so we also cannot have ferry run by that government to have access. But
I think it's more expensive than the
and also you know, so now more of people that within that working class now they're more the user because ferry junction government so have the rights inside some. So as I can so I can just come out there go at my office space or wherever they go to. So it can cheaper. But then how many of these ferries will continue forget we will not able to maintain them? And you go find out even the administration, like if ferry book the rights now, the false information where they can pass, it boku pass it to information. Even the communication strategy, it's poor. You don't even know who's want to go. If you want me to flight easy in a salon, just fashion for use that ferry within a ferry junction. Because then they go tell you say then they work with schedule, but they don't do that. The only people away you go actually know see the work with schedule, Sea Coach and Sea Bad. Of course, you know, so then are business people and they use them more and high profile personalities. So it will be a welcome news and we pray say a go for the one. And not for just do and for let we, the people of Sierra Leone, we will maintain them for we own good.
Thank you very much. We'll move to another topic. Usai, over 4,000 teachers don't be suspended from the payroll by the of course SLTU and then write a letter to His Excellency, even though the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary they frown at that and say them bypass them and write a letter directly to the president without informing the ministry where they supervise them. But I'll just read 2 paragraphs of the press release and then I will get to a reaction shortly. So the press release states the Sierra Leone Teachers Union SLTU wishes to draw your attention. Of course, the letter addressed to the president, like I said earlier, Your Excellency, they start suspension of over 4,000 teachers from the payroll. The Sierra Leone Teachers Union SLTU wishes to draw to your attention to the above subject matter, which, if not addressed, would undermine the reopening of schools in September. According to the Teaching Service Commission, TSC, these teachers have been suspended from the payroll as a result of recent teachers' verification exercise. Now, we are convinced that a good number of teachers are existing and are in their schools. Some of them were verified but still suspended. It is also reported that some schools were never visited for verification by the enumerators. And also then say it is also true that a reasonable number of teachers have resigned, abandoned their posts, or have died. These teachers, we believe, must be removed from the payroll. We are very supportive of the government drive to clean the payroll, as this will provide the opportunity for more qualified teachers to be recruited. The union is therefore appealing to your office, to your good officer, for genuine teachers who are being re-verified to be brought back on the payroll soonest. We look forward to your kind intervention. Letter was signed by Maurice S. Conte, the Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Teachers Union. Over 4,000 teachers suspended, and school for reopening on the 8th of September, according to the press release, the schedule they announced. Yes, and this is going out. 4,000 is a huge number. How? Even though the ministry vexed, the last I talked to Bami Anthony, when I had the communications person from the ministry, he said this letter, in fact, there is no way they copy them from the press release or the letter where they send. There is no copy here.
They want to go direct.
Is that a missing point for Jump, the ministry where they supervise the teaching, the TLC, and also the Sierra Leone Teachers Union, and just go straight to His Excellency?
Well, we can always say radical
inclusion.
No, radical action.
Or radical approach.
Require a radical change. Probably, I know they speak on behalf of the teachers now, but I believe say them would all write a lot of letters to the ministry where them feel say we are not addressed.
Well, by me say that no happen.
Well, sometimes where we can do them program there, I can always advise it go fine for let you get the side of the teachers, make you hear from them, because nasalo we did. We now renting the okay happen. Then go right to the ministry not give appropriate action. And you're talking about 4,000. Me where they so as lecturer, I start as teacher. For let they even get you in first na payroll. Sometimes you will be there for years before the school go actually send you name for let they include them, and before you get PIN code. And when you get PIN code back, for let you get that backlog day, it can take some time before you come. And how much is the salary anyway? If you talk about teacher salary in Sierra Leone, it's very deployable.
Is it a disaster?
Me, I don't teach. I know italic. For government schools or government assisted schools, their salary is nothing good to write them about. Principal, they get 3 million or 3,000. Almost if it's a teacher, they get. So it's less than 2,000. 1,514.
Teachers get less than $100 for month.
Yeah. Ask any teacher. Then go tell you that it's less than that. But again, when you do budgeting, if you look at the huge number, that 4,000 can run into billions because the number large and all of that. So it's a very serious situation where government need for assist, because these are people we then self get families and get picking in school, self they can open necessary picking and get for they go school and all of that. So how do you expect these people to live? This is the reason why sometimes when people and they sit and they frown out extra classes, I can just smile, because this is where most people make their money. If I don't get extra class, if you say that teacher salary I go live by, and this is nothing good to write home about. So please, Mr. Government, we not say the ministry, but ministry address this issue for them, because now we party them, now we bother them, and we just said the leave.
For the over 4,000 teachers have been suspended from the payroll. by the Teaching Service Commission. You know, say the Teaching Service Commission gets this verification exercise, and according to them, the reason why they conduct exercise now for reduce the number of ghost teachers. You know, we get ghost students, but we get ghost teachers there. And in fact, when he puts them into number, it's way huge. So over 4,000 of them, and they will not be verified, don't be suspended from the payroll. And the SLT now they ask the president for intervene and solve this problem. If not, it will undermine the opening of school way now in just a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so. I stand to be corrected on this.
Yes, I think say this na very serious issue we need for actually looked into. And thank God they write the letter to the president for make
not the ministry
intervene. And so this means say they need for take action with regards this. Firstly, for me, I've been commending the verification process we actually they mean do the union do, because when you look at what you know
the Teaching Service Commission.
Yes, commission do, because when you look at what the happen, you get some schools them way they will tell you say we not get enough teachers them, and the way you go now the payroll, you see say government they pay a lot of money for them particular schools they are, and the teachers they not they even go na them point there. Some teachers not they go na the schools them. This is something.
Some man teaching at 2 schools.
And make I tell what in the happen. Sometimes
allow the man for talk.
Let's tell what in the happen. Sometimes that teacher they are within a payroll, a government assisted school. They also attached to other private schools.
Most
so
of them
say that they pay more attention to the private schools, even rather than the government schools. And so if you know say, for me, I can see and say yes, people they say like what they say the money for what they pay there it's very deplorable. But if you know say you're not willing for teach, I think say nobody forcefully go to classroom. But if you don't commit yourself, say you they be a teacher, you want for teach, then definitely I think say you for do them. And if you named in a payroll, why you not for ensure say you go to the schools? And when you look at the verification, yes, I understand from the letter. They say some schools them the commission not go there, the administration not go there for what actually do the verification. Yes, okay, I don't want to dispute the fact because maybe they are hard to reach schools, but I think say waiting for be the thing and for let them go to drain board back and sit with the commission and look at say okay these names they will not put so will not suspend these names then the particular day and the particular school day, because this don't mean say when they don't suspend they mean say they don't pull them out or
they are suspended from
but,
the payroll.
Yes, but if they're able to verify that these teachers are really existing, then at their schools there and they perform them, function them. I think say the commission they
do you agree with me that we have teachers that have died and up till now they named in at the payroll? People and they really collect their money and on behalf of the teacher. And do you agree with me that is happening?
No,
or people and they teach again. Some man don't travel, you don't go out of the country, but yet still money they come for them. In salary they want, and then people and they collect them. Is that also something that you agree?
So that is why.
So how do you sanitize the system?
So that is why I was happy with the verification process where the commission do. For me, I'm happy with that. Okay. Yes, there will be concerns because for any time such things like this happen, you get people away, they definitely feel aggrieved. Say this is what is happening. Okay, now what I expect the SLT for do now? If you guys know say these names the way they suspend from the payroll, they are actually existing teachers, they are not ghosts, they are reporting to their various schools for teaching. Bring those names again to the commission and say, okay, let's do the verification now simultaneously with we and Una. Let we see how they able to look at this list here, look at the names the way they are. Some of those names there, yes, if they are existing, then they bring them back into the payroll, because there is no way the commission they go just pull names them of people away actually in another school. And mind you, the verification was done in the schools. So where we are there when the verification will happen.
When I say not all side and go, that's why SLT you say.
No,
okay, you have come to you.
Yes, I can understand the point.
Not to me now. What SLT you say?
So let me say, I'm not disputing fact. Say there might be some schools where the emulator they not able for go as waiting the alleged say, but me believe say if the commission they do a verification, therefore ensure say each and every school is visited,
okay,
and the data
every teacher is taken as well,
and that data where the emulator then take now in for actually bring the conclusion on the suspension of the teachers then at the payroll. Right, okay. But I believe say if for example a school in Akubola where emulator not go, I don't think say the commission for go just suspend or people from that payroll from that school. Right. When we not get the emulator to go at their schools then they there are challenges, I'll tell you. But what here they say, as the letter don't go to president, let them go to the drawing board. SLTU, the commission, the ministry sit on a round table. How do we address this Some of the teachers they want to suspend, they are existing. How do we include them back into the payroll? I think say this for be the conversation.
Right.
So
Doc, how do you sanitize the system? You say you get concerned quickly before we take another topic.
Make I just take from Usami brother stop. When they talk about suspension from the payroll, you know governments they do them things them now. Where is it then suspended? That's salary you know they get again.
Totally you don't come out.
Yes, it just start like we now. If they tell you about assets declaration for ACC, come January, as lecturer, if you not declare your assets, we see ACC only you salary, you know they get that monthly again. So this is something we is very, very serious, because yes, we get teachers that we teach both private school and government assisted schools them. And most of them they will tell you say that they pay more attention to the private schools because number one, the private school they actually give them time frame for letting them do things them. Salaries come on time, things are done properly, and all of that. Coming to the roundtable is one. How do we implement some of these policies we will talk about? Because on Sunday, then can come to the roundtable, meet as a conclusion. Time reach now for implementation. The parties were responsible, not to implement what they're supposed to do. It still happen back to even we lecturers. We be there on some policy review a few weeks ago. When you look at waiting there on the policy, it's very beautiful. If you implement that, the lives of lecturers then will be better. But when it comes to implementation, it's very, very poor. Especially, and the irony of that, in Sierra Leone, the public schools, not they pay better as to the private school. But the public universities, they pay more than the private universities. So you find out, say, a lot of people they want to go lecture for USL, a lot of people they want to go lecture for Jala, a lot of people they want to go lecture for EBK, a lot of people they want to go lecture for other universities. Because when you go there, your conditions of service is more better than which you go get in them private universities there. So if we can implement something like that, let them make the public, the government assisted school attractive.
Okay.
Let them see how best this could be better. Because let's tell you something, when somebody they work, you know they pay in salary, they blood you. And some of the students then go suffer.
Is the foresee school for open on the 8th?
No, I know they foresee them.
No, well, we still get time.
Today's the 15th.
Today's the 15th.
21 more days.
Yes. So I think say
or 22 more days. Yeah.
Yeah, within all of those days we don't left. So if the real thing is done, school will reopen.
Okay.
Because now the problem where the SLTU get is not about what's going to happen now. Now how they're going to address them. Because they don't get any concerns. And for me, if the concerns are legitimate, then those concerns will be addressed. So it's all about how do we negotiate again. Just like I understand the point when they say, for example, we go to a drawing board. After the drawing board, we don't agree. Say okay. Therefore include them back in the payroll, and it will take time from the commission for ensuring they are included again. All of those things. Okay, I can understand that by the name.
Okay.
But the theory they say now, yes, we get few more weeks for the school open. This is the issue now. Teachers has been suspended from the payroll. According to the commission, they did verification, and some of those teachers not be able for verify. They're not be able for see them at the schools them where they say that they teach. They're not be able for say they actually give them details them to the commission. Where for me, I don't go see and say it's bad. So now if you know say yes, you didn't at this particular school, they not capture you in that verification process. Then let them channel the complaints and to the commission back.
Thank you very much. We'll take another story quickly, and then we get one people to queue in before we open the phone line, and it has to do with the first lady versus the internal party rift and all. I mean, this year don't be blown out of Russia. Now by far we are reviewing the biggest stories of the week, and it's part of the thing that will happen this week. We're not going for downplay them, even though we don't discuss them. But on Friday normally it's a review of the biggest local stories, and by far this is one of the biggest story. Beside the last one we will get for country, which is the release of then 37 political prisoners and all. But so this thing is seems like getting out of control. It seems as if this incident that happened at the House of Parliament is gaining more momentum even than the president's speech for the discuss now. And no good time for me we discuss the president's speech. I mean, so on Monday until this time we just look at, you see women's group advocating, other set of people CSO advocating, and a lot of other things. So the first lady versus the internal party rift, a lot of names have been called. We've seen the social media banter between the first lady and a couple of other senior members now the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party. I mean, between him and the former Secretary General and a host of other names. We see comments on that comment section. All of these are out to the public. And also, what do you sum up this one? The internal party rift now between the First Lady and the ruling Sierra Leone People's Party.
Please don't
how do you get out of this? No, last time I will this. You always have your opinion. Okay.
So
go ahead, Foley.
It's really unfortunate, Foley. We still discuss about the First Lady in conduct during that particular state opening of Parliament. Owing to the fact, say there are a lot of things so for they discuss, looking at within the president talk, looking at all of the things the way he say they don't do as a government and everything. So those are the things where we for the checklist now, for the therefore look at them, waiting he say versus waiting they happen at the country. But it's really unfortunate waiting be actually happen at the well of Parliament. But let me look at what happened at Parliament. You know, there are times when we need for look at some things and call a spade, you know. And one thing I'll let you know, undertone and overtone, these are things where they happen at Parliament. It's something where it's normal.
Is this acceptable?
Why not? This is not the first time where we don't get sings that they sing at Parliament. Okay? And
they pull
yes, this is not the first time we don't they happen. We don't see even pull Salon Parliament aside. Check other parliaments.
Yeah.
Let you see how those things they happen. Undertone and overtone they happen at Parliament. So what did happen? First they go and they sing the song, and it's really disheartening for me for see people they describe that song as immoral song. That song is not an immoral song. That song is a moral song. That song is being played in several activities, including marriages. The song was even played during the national election of the SLPP.
Does that song not sound provocative?
No, that for me that song does not sound.
You don't ask any music giving chronologies for its happening meaning to you.
What they say, the song is not immoral song.
All right.
The song is never an immoral song because this song people don't play out, we don't listen. In the SLPP convention, election where they own a bit money, they play the song. President shake to them, VP shake to them, the Mami self shake to them. So if that was an immoral song, why that song was played? Okay. So what's happen now? If you don't can a Parliament. Over the years, you don't come Parliament. Previous Parliament, even the other 10 staff we wear red, then they tell the member of Parliament for they chair up. Ebona clap for me, I wear red, then clap for them. You know, it happens. We don't see other previous 10 away, and they come, then they glad for them, then they clap for them, then they sing for them. We don't left here, we don't see Parliament where they sing Marabio, inside Parliament. So these are things where they happen. So for me, you know, I don't know how we actually take this thing, but me this thing for even worth this kind of discussion. We play discuss about this thing so right now. You see, institution organizations they wait for focus on what thing they do. They can't champion this issue. You know, it's disheartening. Yesterday I see Child Welfare Society. They go put a whole
women group as
they
well.
Go put a whole
seen some group of CSO.
They will put the whole press statement. They call this demand or attack on the First Lady. That is not an attack on the First Lady. That is never an attack on the First Lady. That was a thing when it happened at Parliament. Okay, they sing at Parliament.
They are demanding that the Speaker for apologize to the First Lady.
Why? For me, that is left to the Speaker. Okay,
but we not heard from the Speaker.
No, for me that is left to the Speaker.
Okay.
Because for me, I go ask the Speaker. If the Speaker apologize, I go ask the Speaker why you apologize. I really ask her why you apologize, because for me, a sing what they sing, and also say if I apologize, then let me look at her now. The First Lady, they sing a song where you say you're not happy with. Okay, if that is the case, why you not ensure say you follow due protocols after the particular program? You can challenge, you complain to the Speaker. Say, Speaker, this and this is this, then they do to me in a Parliament, so I'm not happy with it. So look now, if Speaker not go take action all of those things. Now they say Speaker for apologize. Let me look at what happened. Because they sing a song where you think say not happy with, you not agree for obey the procedures or the protocols of Parliament. We almost say when the Speaker they come inside Parliament with the mace, everybody for snap. The First Lady keep seated. The President come inside. He sit. He remain seated. The Vice President come. He remain seated. That alone, okay, you don't breach the procedures of Parliament. Was it yesterday they listened to the former majority leader of Parliament, Honorable Ibrahim Bundu? You know what he said? He said that act from the First Lady, he called and said contempt of Parliament. It's a contempt of parliament. Because when you read section 95 of the constitution, we tell you what in constitution of parliament, you know, then in the day where it do so for disrespect the procedures of parliament. It's a contempt according to the honorable member of parliament. So these are the things we need for ensure say we follow matter. Okay, undertone and overtone are all parliamentarians across the globe.
Right.
So I don't see no reason for make them sing a song when not too immoral. Now you see even newspaper they carry the banner headline say immoral song. You know, come on. Where are we heading to as a country?
I'm coming back to you, Dr. Victor Moinina. Of course, we've talked about this, and we are still here talking about this particular issue. But what do you make up of this one? I mean, the First Lady demanding an apology. A lot of groups they stand in solidarity with the First Lady for waiting and define as, I mean, gross violation and also abuse to women and ridicule as well. A lot of these words we see they use, I mean, public ridicule, a lot of things. And these are not my words. By the way, these are words from the various set of people that don't complain. Women in parliament, a lot of other subgroup. Then the other time we see CSO then they get a press briefing and as well as put out in position asking the speaker to apologize to the First Lady and all. So that'll get you on bite on
if
this
it
one.
was an ordinary member of parliament do that in the waiting for them be the action. Are we looking at it from the personality, or are we looking at it from the right procedure we're supposed to happen? We don't see parliamentary sessions if not ordinary person do that, then we take drastic measures against you. It will not just be about talking. Sometimes they then go lock you up, or then go pull you in a door, or then go do something harsh. So I believe say salon waiting can always be a problem. We get double standards. It's like when something happened to somebody, we look at the person not supposed to do this, not supposed to do that. The House of Parliament is bigger than any personality in Sierra Leone, including the president, because he's subject for let and question you and ask you things and follow you supposed to answer. So if you are going to flout that, forget about being an immoral song or not. We don't see who say they don't ask members of parliament out during that first term of President Madabiu before then we elect Abbas Bundu as Speaker of Parliament.
Yeah.
And if you look at that circumstances there alone, it has never happened before in Sierra Leone. You use policemen and for pull the members of parliament out of parliament, then you conduct an election when I be just SLPP members and BDD, and then you get a Speaker of Parliament, which was not consensus by everybody. But then BRM, then go through that first parliament day according to this current dispensation. Now we are there. You say then sing a song against you, which you consider for be immoral. Why don't you go through the process, then after which you complain? There is a measure for redress about that. But for crying out loud, we they give people too much powers in this country. Political science say absolute power corrupt, absolutely, and this is what is happening now. We they see a lot of corruption they go on into that thing there. Forget about the groups calling it. Of course, these groups can be paid. Think so, Doc? Yeah, they can do that. It is machination. If me as a public figure, there is something way I no want, not to me they go address them. I can meet you regional, I give you 250 right now or 500. Write something for me. Tell them, say, the way we want to treat this man, so enough fine. Meaning that I am going behind the back door, seeking your support because I want to get the address. So sometimes let us forget about all these things. Let us look at the due process. Was she right to sit down when the mess was coming in? No, she was not. So how do we address this thing? If it's contempt of parliament, what is the penalty? Everybody should face the law. And this is my own point of view, that what she did was wrong. In fact, now info apologized to parliament.
And not the other way around.
Not the other way around.
Oh, I thank you so much. Yes. I for like it some seconds quickly. I want for take a report. We colleague do for it, but I'll give you 30 seconds quickly on
yes, you see, like the two ways about talk so now we have these organizations, you know, where they come and put press statements and everything. You know, I see woman and get themselves, the deputy minister of trade and other ministers, them, you know, then they go na parliament, say, then demand an apology for the first lady. When we get several issues that we there for address, you look at the kind of way how together they suffer and the country. What's in deputy minister they do of trade?
Nothing.
When are that for be focus on how we the champion that in the left hand they go begin they go discuss all that.
I come back to now. Thank you so much. So the minister of health don't say the progress we they don't make in the fight against mpox now as a result of the strategy for remove infected individual them from the host them and also for centralized care and intensity contact tracing efforts them. Austin Demby say this inside one national discourse on mpox response will happen August 14 this year na the Atlantic Hotel Aberdeen inside Freetown. Marion Precious George been the part of the engagement and been put this report together.
The national disclosure on mpox response bring together members of the media, civil society organization them, development partner them, and health official them from across the country for discuss the country national response to the mpox virus. Professor Fodesa na the executive director for the National Public Health Agency. They talk about how the intervention don't help for manage the mpox virus.
We continue with our treatment of patients at home, and we found out that the numbers continue to rise. We suspected that many of the mild cases who did not come into facilities were transmitting the infection in their communities. Therefore, in late February, we launched the Operation Find Them All in these regions to actively seek out unreported cases and encourage them to go to treatment centers to break the chain of transmission. Our suspicion that mild cases remain in the communities, our suspicions are confirmed when Operation Find Them All revealed more cases.
Professor Fodesa also said they will continue with community engagement and vaccination efforts na high-risk population and put more strength to cross-border surveillance and cooperation with neighbor country them. Inside in talk, representative for WHO say mpox not only they affect Africa country them, but don't affect other country them globally. As he said, the virus become violent inside 2024. He also talk about waiting WHO don't they do for put the virus to an end.
At the regional level, they're working together with other global partners at the continental IMST for mpox, particularly in UNICEF, African CDC, Gavi, CEPI, MSF, to name a few. There are a good number, a lot of partners that are working on this at that level, and we've all been working together to make sure that this outbreak comes to an end within the shortest possible. 24 countries in Africa have reported cases this year, 2025. So Sierra Leone is one of the countries.
Dr. Austin Demby, Minister for Health, also talk about the mpox vaccine, where the country don't able for secure so far.
For Sierra Leone to be able to secure over 200,000 doses for our need, it's a testament of several things. First, the people who are giving it trust that we'll use it appropriately. Secondly, we also have a very solid team that's worked together and demonstrated time and again that we don't only have the infrastructure, but we're able to deliver high-quality vaccination services across the country for routine vaccines.
Dr. Austin Demby also highlights key intervention then by the National Public Health Agency, where he say include the establishment of mpox response center them na Hastings, Calabatong, and Putloko. He also talk about important drop of mpox case them, as he say na 84 active case them don't record nationwide, and 90% of this number they na healthcare facility them, and the remaining 10% they under strict surveillance.
Most of the cases I say they're in Freetown, but every now and again we see a case in Kenema, in Kailao, in Bo, all over the country, every district has reported a case. Our strategy is not only in Freetown, but even in the district. If you see one case, we have overwhelming response around the case to manage the case and ensure that there is no secondary transmission.
Dr. Austin Demby same way so tell thanks to President Bio and the government for the direct financial support of $1.7 million inside the fight against mpox, as he say from the first two cases them where the country report inside January this year, the country declare public health emergency, recording over 5,000 cases them to this moment with more than 4,900 recoveries. For the Epic Morning Show, Marion Precious George.
Many thanks to Marion Precious George. We put that report today together. Finally, on the program this morning, the 37 people will not be released by the president, of course, and we see the Attorney General or the Attorney General and Minister of Justice yesterday being put out the list of political prisoners. The one way they are, the one way we don't go exile and don't say they don't get no charges now. The government, the court of Salondo don't do up all criminal charges, and then people and they free for go through their normal business. So this was the right way doing post morning page. Said this morning President Bio granted pardon to 36 persons serving jail terms for various criminal conduct across the country. This was done pursuant to presidential exercise of prerogative of mercy under section 63(1)(a) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone. The inmates include Alpha Sheriff, APC Sheriff, and Alhaji Saidu Fofana, both of whom were pardoned by President as part of commitment under Resolution 4 of the Agreement for Unity ANU, and based on a list submitted by the opposition APC with the release of APC Sheriff and the co-convicts, all persons in custody based on the list submitted by the APC under Resolution 4 of the Agreement of National Unity have now been released. Also, a total of 37 persons on the list below are submitted by the APC under Resolution 4 of the ANU have been cleared and as not subject to criminal investigation and are free to go out their normal business without any disruption. The government remains committed to the full implementation of the ANU. So this was the release yesterday that went out, and 37 people have been free. Among those names that we see popular, of course, APC Sheriff and also Galompan Danke Kumarina, being the daughter of the former president of the Republic. Dr. Anisbai Kumar Pikin himself in name, they did part of the list. All of the names, and I can't go through all the names, but all of those names have been cleared free for
I know you come in by name.
No, it's not. I don't think his name was not on the list submitted by the president and by the APC. So his name was not on the list. So 37 people and all work free. Who takes the first bite? Quick one on this on the phone line.
For me, it's a welcome news. We're glad for that. Another way we call national cohesion. We need everybody there on board. If you have been criticized, no means if you go lock the person up, the person get rights for freedom. But in Africa, we get freedom of speech. Now, freedom of after speech, no now no get.
Does it show commitment to the tripartite? Recommendation for
implementation. Of course, it shows a lot of commitment from the tripartite commission, and also it also shows that we are heading to something very much open-minded. So you know, so we are on the brink of getting to 2028 elections. So these are all signs of positive messaging we for carry on very well.
The opposition gets concerned. Of course, they don't pay the MP them backlog. They still advocate for the chairman, the mayor. Then we don't receive them backlog, and also chief they don't receive them backlog for me they receive them. That is part of the few concern we as well, and they raise as well.
So we praise the commission before
go listen the tripartite committee. For the quickly 37 people are now work free on this one. Quick one for open the phone line.
Yes, I think it's commendable because this now within the signed both the APC and government of Salone been signed a big
unity
money
agreement
after the 3 days dialogue with them in get, and then get this particular thing they call a unity agreement, so we get 8 resolutions, and I think say they don't the eight resolutions.
Okay, the unity agreement. Okay, yes. Sorry.
So we one for be APC be discontinue, for we get tripartite, the president are the nation, let them free all people win a political peace. So I think say we don't actually try for work on how we able for do them particular one, and I think say we don't make progress because some people don't see so back from the side of the government. It means there are progress without particular unity agreement, and there has been a lot of call from development partners for to see how they able to implement everything we've been there at that particular agreement. And I think say what we don't see so like manifestation say yes, government is committed.
The president is committed as well.
They actually address all of those things and now the tripartite also don't add 80 recommendations. President, let we ensure we implement the recommendation today. Although it don't begin in neck, but one of the recommendation there when at the appointment of the ECSL commissioner, where me as say presidents don't begin the give blind eye to what
we don't. But this is acting. It's acting. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Let's take the calls and now. Hello, good morning. Please, you get 1 minute. They must have call from.
Yeah, good morning, Epic Radio. This is highly connected at Solution Center. This is Afresoloku.
Go ahead.
I tell you, thank you for this program. Yeah, you understand? Then 37 release. Yeah, I tell government thank you. But one thing I'm already say Sierra Leoneans then we get for change with attitude. You understand? They not think and say because of this don't happen because some of them see how it happen. So tomorrow it happen another time because all my don't see because of this don't happen today tomorrow about other people then do then can't free them back. We know they in this country and now solution how this country for move. That's okay, one. Number two, this cocoa rose. You understand some of the issues there. You know the mommy really everyone blow this thing out of proportion. You understand? Because we don't listen, we know we look over television where Mother Bio said to go to the parliament. Mother then they make all them things and they but if you not be taken as an
Thank you, Alfred Suluku. Please, you don't pass 1 minute. We'll take more calls. 079994993. You still listen to the Epic Morning Show review segment, and I still get Dr. Victor Moina and Fode Moiba Conte, where they help me for analyze the biggest stories of the week. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning, sir.
I'm fine. You name us how to call you from?
Yeah, righteous is on.
Okay, righteous. Go ahead.
This issue of this now I want to make people that take us in a better thing. We have the cause better things. I think you I'm not in the thing. So we please this for left arm.
079994993. We still accommodate more calls on the program this morning. 079994993. Please be very civil and make your point constructively. And of course, we won't forget responsible comments in the show this morning. Hello. Hello. I lost that caller. 079994993. 079994993. Hello. Wow. Please, no flash the line. Somebody consistently flash the line. No flash the line. Call on 079994993. We just accommodate few calls, and then we will wrap up the program very, very shortly. 10:05. Now the time for me studio clock. Time is basically against us. Call me on 079994993, and then we go few gets on a comment, and then we try for the cut in the I'll just take few comments on Facebook. 079994993. That's the number where you can be part of the discussion this morning. You know, this sort of and say it's indeed a very good conversation. Again, trust me. If the I think I'll take this caller quickly before. Hello. Wow, I don't know what seems to be the problem this
Since
morning.
yesterday, Orange Line the problem.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Noah from Kisi.
All right, Noah, go ahead.
Epic Radio. When I over-report this first lady issue too much. And to be honest, let's speak the truth to power. First lady got it wrong. She is the wife of the president. If you get issue with the governance, let me complain to the man. She cannot fight for herself. And besides, then CSO then, come on. With the suspect say, when they protect the first lady, only. We are not care about national issues. We're getting the way sensitive, we are not one day raise up. The last time they call minister and dog, the same minister and they and they support them, but they not support themselves.
Hello, Noah. I lost Noah. 079994993. So somebody message on Facebook say he said and sing the song for make the first lady dance. And no, it's on our Facebook. Very interesting comment. 079. Hello. Yeah. I lost that caller there. That is coming from Victor Fode. He said the people sing the song in Parliament for her to dance. Let's take a few calls more. Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning. You must have to call you from.
I'm Brown, call from also.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like how the last caller said, I'm on this first lady issue. When I take her high, I want to ask how many days when I report to the first lady say the minister has been a dog. Now, I don't call the ministers and dog, then I don't call the member of parliament street dogs.
We discussed we discussed the corridor holdings issue. We carried various set of people, being ACC, being analysts. It was a whole week that we discussed that one as well. So if you follow the program, it is just something. This was a developing story. No. Things were happening.
How many days? I think how many days?
The rest of the week, just like we did this one. The rest of the week. the rest of the week, yeah, just like we did this one. 079994993. So if you listen, then you can go back and check all of them programs in a day on record. Yeah. Hello.
Morning, Epic Radio. This is Dauda. I the call from Dwazak.
Yes, Dauda.
Yes, I begin with Jagaban. They bring ferry, then Nalunge. This now a very good initiative. Not to the one way they say, "Way when I vote for me, I win. I will do this. I will do that." In the one now, before people then vote for them. Having said that, the ferry the way they bring come, they can't use them free of charge for God and Nabi, or they can't do business. If they can't do business, that's not which man they make that parable for. They say it's not out of the benevolence of the butcher that we get our meat. It's in the interest of his personal interest that he satisfies us. If Jagaban they can run business with the ferry, then for the profit they do. So that not means people go vote for it. Teachers then they go on strike. Say school not go open this time. This now we call the best way for bring free quality education. Please, Papa government, do what then teachers they want. If school open, we picking them not go school. Now we the parent them with the give losses to. About the first lady, we all don't talk. Let the first lady go to Iman. Let them arrange this thing at host.
Okay.
Now the Iman is the leader of the party.
Thank you.
People they talk say camp where the party in their hand. Please, Papa Bio, you and Madam Bio, wanna arrange this thing amicably. Thank you very much.
079994993. 3 more calls I will take and then wrap up the program this morning. Despite the challenges with the line and all, the network seems terrible, but let's still manage and take a few calls. Hello.
Good morning, Epic.
Yes, good morning. Lamin Samoa.
Koyaso.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, for the one that really see Samoa, whatever come more out of that tripartite recommendation, I believe say for clap for Samoa, because we get some APC people we say no, enough for go court. They say no, enough for the don't go court, but the man still otherwise and say they see the fruit of that tripartite recommendation day. And for the teachers then, let the government know say this now free quality education then they announce. So whatever they happen to teachers then, let not get for affect them with the big less. Fatima building issue, what a so very important issue in this country for delegation.
Right.
If you Fatima build sing from people and that very parliamentary and they not make as an issue, why would they sing against her now if it's an issue? Thank you.
2 more calls. 079994993. Just 2 more and then we draw the cutting down of the program this morning. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Laura.
Yes, good morning. Anamta, go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much for your first and foremost, the teacher them. Teacher Service Commission, they do a very good job. Then principal I will write this letter. But all these people by education them because they come into this game and money making it too.
Now SLTU write the letter.
SLTU.
Yes, I teachers union.
They all are part of the SLTU. The principal, council principal did that. They all are at SLTU. That is the cause problem. So may I support that so they do. They call me panelists, they say, if you feel agreed, make them come with the names and say, but then name I would have put you. They know they. But money they only exist. That the principal is the money. That they them guy then go to the money there. They sabi. They no volunteer. Now make them go to the bank say from April. The bank furnish them with the accounts them, with the payments they would do. So I support that one day. For this issue of Jagaban, me if Jagaban can't them fair, I support Jagaban. If you want to do APC, I swear to me, I vote for her because you don't show say in a better politician. If you can't them fair, for people. At the time, brother, let you know say we know the support party because of case.
Okay.
Now go now salon with the support. You know salon bond, you know party bond only. Now maybe you get party, you don't do better. They say you don't better. Not like them bootlick at them. We support blindly.
Thank you. Right.
So, about lastly, me daddy, Padauda, you know, to Dauda from Dauda, Kila Padauda. Yes, thank you.
079999493. Let's take maybe one last lucky call and then
you know,
cutting down.
Enjoy our program.
Hello. Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning. You know, side call you from?
I call from Bookface. This is enough for enough.
All right, enough is enough.
First lady, I think they say they don't know for little rest now. Not to really issue this again from the deliberate on every week out now. Issues that Bokuna they continue to deal with now. As previous caller don't say.
But it's not the only thing that we discuss. We get a lot of things. So you get your idea at liberty for comment on other things them as well.
Yeah,
we talk about 4 issues, so I don't know why. Thank you very much. I think you guys are also making this popular because again, you get the opportunity for comment on other things that we don't talk about. Not the only issue this, but let's take this one quickly. Hello.
Yeah, Central One Media One.
Yes, Abuloko. How are you, sir?
God bless you. God bless you. May God bless the panelists. You know, for the idea them and contribution where they give to the people of this country. You know, first to Jagaban, if you carry the commercial use, it counts for free, it's fine. And this now mortal man, go to the political prisoners then, you know, it better. Waiting the government don't do, they don't do fine. We need peace in the country. You know, politics not to perfect that. When they say politics, you know, now the way forward for me the country go before.
Thank you.
You don't see any politics. Not to carry enmity.
Okay.
You know, all man get an idea in terms of politics. So then do well. In cocoas, they are the cocoas now, made them so water. You know, the cocoa again. You don't see because don't let waiting the panelists they talk, not so bad word. The mommy don't let wait as yesterday. If I don't complain this thing to the part, make the party action for them.
All right.
You don't
Thank
see
you.
people are married woman. Woman we married. If you don't do you bad, tell you man, where you man not take action, you take action for yourself.
Thank you.
God bless you, sir.
All right. I don't take any more calls again. Gentlemen, we wrap up the program now. Very interesting set of callers this morning. I start with Fode at the end this time with the back hands of Fode. Yes, quickly, you respond to the callers in a minute before we wrap up. Doc, let's start with you.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you to all the callers that will call. Of course, they always make this show beautiful with the diverse voices, and we go gladly for them. I always end with a word of advice to every Sierra Leonean that the beauty and the blessedness of Sierra Leone are for we all. Let's take issues serious. Let's work on them better. And I appeal to DJ Buju. Way we did on the program. Play that Coco's music for us.
All right. Well, like cancel Fode quickly. Fode, we are helping up the program. What you want for them people?
Not so bad music. From when we small, then they go play a party, play a married. So.
Okay.
Yes, right. So I think we don't listen to the callers them just like where the callers then they say this issue of the first lady not only for the discuss now for the discuss about what the president say
speech,
and so it's very disheartening for you see civil society organizations in the Gold Press Conference on this issue here and one at National Consortium for Civil Society Organization and Public Accountability. I believe they try for they also address on other issues then, but not to like that issue they had to hold the whole press conference for. You see media houses they carry banner headline for apologize to First Lady for why? You know, so you know, look where they put the things that were very important to win before, not to like that kind here. I'm not saying now all man they first survival. So all man are for survive, for normally able to survive, but where they first survival, not put the country at stake, not put the country first, where they defend the survival.
Right.
So I think these are the things them. And so the Jagabani issue, yes, the ferry if they count if now for do business that's no problem because sometimes people want to use them. But he can get money, then you know get access to it. Then I challenge back. So I think if he count and back, now a very good thing. So the president, I think said they don't try for this particular release. and let them look at the other thing they will have where they for address now the unity agreement, and let them address them so that we'll get a very cohesive country where we all go say, okay, we're proud and say this is our country.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being here with me this Friday. Remember, the EPL starts tonight, so I wish everybody an amazing weekend.
Yeah, TGIF.
Yes, TGIF. I mean, enjoy the weekend, gentlemen. It's going to be fun.
I missed the Community Shield.
Liverpool lost, but they played today against Bournemouth. Liverpool won the previous Premier League. And today, 7 o'clock, the best league, English Premier League, they start, La Liga, they start, and a lot of other competition. Thank you so much, Dr. Victor Moinina, media analyst, and also thanks to Fode you are contest staff writer for Calabash newspaper. Many thanks indeed, Fode. I see the last time even the Minister of Health again kudos for something where he's a very big person. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks to Elder Bujuwe Giwi technical support. Thanks to our cabin who make watch we live on Facebook, and thanks to Samuel Dixon and CD from Slick Television Control Room. The producers of the show this morning are Fatmata Misilebi and executive producer are Teresa Thomas. Maybe in the final edition of the Epic Morning Show review segment, my name is Reginald Brian Ojukutu Soya. Enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful Friday. Bye bye.